for just for today.
Ryan, can
Amy
you talk into the mic?
Postone.
Check. One, two.
Check. We are live. Welcome
Oh,
back.
shit, we're live?
Yeah, we're live. I forgot it's 7 o'clock.
Isimo podcast.
It's our live stream.
My name is Gerardo Larcon.
I'm Dominic Angel.
And I'm Ryan Reyes.
And today we have a very special guest, El Pelon himself. If you don't know what that means in Spanish, it means very good looking guy.
Don
you.
Pelo.
Don Pelon himself. Everyone give it up for Ramon. The fuck? Say it.
Ramon Hernandez.
I forgot if I was supposed to join you or if I was just supposed to cheer.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I do the air horn. That's what I know.
Yeah. No, but welcome, Ramon. How's it going, man?
Hell yeah,
Good,
dude.
bro. I'm doing fantastic. Estoy emocionado estar aquí con ustedes.
Oh shit! I'm
Oh,
not
fuck,
hungry.
I
I don't
forgot.
No, I'm very excited to be here with you guys. Hell yeah, brown
you,
brown
bro.
pride, baby, brown pride.
Hell yeah, through and through, dog.
How does it feel to be on a Mexican podcast where nobody speaks Spanish?
Avergonzado.
Full of shame.
Nah, bro, I'm fucking proud of you guys, bro. I'm
Hell
so
yeah,
happy.
dude.
I'm so happy for you, fucking dudes, doing it for the culture, baby.
Hell yeah, dude.
Hell yeah.
For the culture, for no sabo culture, which is kind of the culture, but like a subsect of the actual culture.
It's part of the
It's
culture.
part of the
It's all
culture,
part of
right,
it.
yeah.
Yeah. I've been doing a lot of like thinking about just that part of the Latino, Latinx, Mexican culture, dude. It's all under one umbrella, baby.
Yeah,
Hell
dude.
yeah.
You have younger kids. Do they speak Spanish?
They understand it a little bit, poquito, bien
Right.
poquito. They don't want to learn it from me, but there's this fucking dude on YouTube called Eddie VR, and he's Latino, and he's a gamer and speaks English, but he'll throw in like the Mexican, the slang and the lingo and all that shit and like the bad words, and that's where they're learning it from.
Hey,
That's
that's cool.
funny.
That's a
Yeah,
start.
somewhere.
That's
yeah.
you have a joke with that. The first thing people learn is what how to like office speak, cursing, and then like how to order shit.
That's not me.
Someone said something like that.
I know Josh Michaels had a joke about learning restaurant Spanish.
Oh,
Yes.
Yes,
That's probably where I heard it.
Yeah. Now, where did you learn Spanish from? Did you grow up speaking it?
Yeah, I think technically my first language would be Spanish.
Yeah.
It is
Oh, really?
Spanish. Yeah.
Oh,
My
shit.
parents are Mexican. Even though I was born here, so that's the first thing I grew up learning. But because my sister was in ESL, I got enough English from her that when they put me into kindergarten, I didn't have to go through ESL.
Oh,
Nice.
cool.
Yeah.
Wow. So how much older is your sister?
A year and a half.
Okay, same with me. My sister's 2 years and a half,
Uh-huh.
but she learned Spanish first and then
Uh-huh.
was translating Spanish to English for the kids that were in class with her.
Uh-huh.
So my parents were like, fuck that, Gerardo's not going to learn Spanish.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So your parents voluntarily didn't want you speaking Spanish?
Yeah.
Wow.
And then, but then they'll make fun of me for it now. So they want me to
Now,
learn Spanish
uh-huh.
now.
But your parents were born in Mexico.
My dad.
Your dad.
My mom was born in
okay.
Inglewood, always up to no good.
Oh shit! That's a thing. That's a thing.
Yeah.
Your mom is probably like 50 something.
Yeah.
50.
50.
I mean, not to. We don't want to say anybody's age. or
She's
anything,
watching the live
but
right now.
Yeah,
respect,
she's
much
watching the
respect.
live.
Yeah. But yeah, dude. Back for Hispanics that were born here in that time, like in the 70s and all that stuff. You didn't like it was taboo to speak. They didn't want you speaking Spanish because in school you'd be made fun of.
Yeah.
Like that, what would be considered super hardcore racism now was just kind of like gentle ribbing back then. Yeah. Make fun of the brown motherfucker. Yeah. I have my wife's brother, rest in peace. Like he was around that age, 50, he'd be like 53 now. And yeah, dude, it was a thing. None of them speak Spanish.
Allegedly, my older brother and I like started speaking Spanish, but then my grandparents were like, "No, don't."
Yeah,
Right?
That's a huge
But
thing.
that doesn't make any sense to me now that I think about it, because all my cousins speak Spanish.
Yeah. Yeah, all my cousins speak Spanish, and they hate on me for not knowing Spanish. But I do speak more Spanish than out of the three of us. I probably speak the most Spanish, right?
Yeah, definitely.
But I'm like the blind leading the blind, homie. So
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I need to jump back on my Duolingos, man.
Yeah. Yo, so the first roast of the night came in.
Oh shit!
Who's it about?
Guess.
You.
No, what the fuck?
That's what I would have guessed.
They said, not gonna lie, this dude looks like gorgeous Squidward.
I was gonna say that in the beginning. That's a thing. Everywhere I go, they just told me that at some open mic like a week and a half ago.
Bro, but that's Squidward's hot as fuck. He doesn't look like Squidward in that gorgeous Squidward face.
They could just stop at gorgeous.
Okay.
They could just stop at gorgeous.
And he said, "Don't fly, please."
I have a fact about Inglewood.
They're up to no good.
Just took my drop.
No, but Cardi B has a reality show on Netflix now called, I think it's called Rhythm and Beat, and it's like a rapping competition. The winner of this season was from Inglewood. I think he's mixed race too.
Oh shit!
Oh, that's
Nice.
That's tight.
Woo! He speaks Spanish in his songs.
Yeah, I wish
Lit.
I grew up in Inglewood. Do you guys ever feel like that? Like you don't.
I
Like
don't think I might have been there like once or twice. I don't remember going there.
I used to go there all the time, and then I would be on the freeway looking at the metro, like, what the fuck is it? Like the post-apocalyptic fucking world compared to where I lived. You know?
I wanted to grow up in like Boyle Heights area.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a similar experience. I grew up in Santana. Santana. But I had a cousin that lived in Long Beach off of like Rosecrans or all that stuff, like in the heart of Long Beach. And I always wanted to grow up there because, I mean, Inglewood, Mac 10, Long Beach, Snoop Dogg. But then when I would go visit and spend the night over there, we'd go places on the bus. And I was like, I don't want to. This is dicey.
Yeah, my grandparents, when they were alive, RIP, rest in power, they owned an apartment complex in Inglewood.
Oh, man.
Like,
Nice.
technically Lenox, I think, but nearby Inglewood there. But Top Value was right across the street. That's where my dad started working in the grocery business. And then he became what he is now today, which is a fucking big guy at some German chocolate company.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
He went from the Mexican slums to German chocolates. Wow, sell out. You know what I'm saying?
I visited the
Nobody laughs.
neighborhood.
You visited what?
I visited the neighborhood where they shot Friday.
Nice.
Oh, in Rancho?
No, that's next Friday.
That's next
That's
Friday.
next Friday. Yeah. I was like, wait a minute.
Where at?
I don't remember exactly where it's in. They shot it on Crenshaw, right?
Something. I don't know. I thought
This was years ago. I'm sorry. I just brought something up and I don't know anything about it.
I mean, famous
But
houses.
this
Have
was
you guys
years
been to
ago.
the Fast and Furious house?
Well, it's actually I did recently. I do a thing that's gonna come out in a couple weeks.
Nice.
Where it, we shot in front of one of the houses that were on Fast and Furious.
Ooh.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, but we did it like without permits. Or
In the
anything.
original?
I don't know which one it is. They like we were shooting, and then the director was my homie Bobby, and he was like, "They shot Fast and the Furious right here." I was
Like,
like,
Bobby, let's get back to work.
I found out there is a place I've been to I didn't know. It's not famous, but it was in a movie. There's a Mexican restaurant in West Covina that was Good Burger in the movie.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, good burger. Well,
They
It's by
have
the movie
good
theater.
hot sauce for burritos.
Yeah, there was no real place in where I grew up where people were like, "Damn fool, they shot Matrix down the street." There was Transformers. Transformers was
There you go.
the first Transformers. The big freeway scene was shot on the freeway before they opened it up.
Yeah.
The 210.
where I grew up in Santa Ana, the train station was in Rain Man.
Oh shit, the train
Oh.
station. I never seen Rain Man.
Oh, okay. How about Old Dogs, where they're at the zoo with Robin Williams?
I saw Old. It's like the second one to Roadhogs.
Yeah. Well, when they're at the zoo, that's the Santa Ana Zoo. They did reshoots there.
A little bit of history, you guys
Did
get.
both of those movies
Oh.
have John Travolta?
And the East Siders video with Snoop Dogg, that was also shot in Santa Ana.
Santana. Homie.
Santana. I was in high school when all the kids they came in the morning. They were like, "Oh, guess who we saw at Sport Mart?" And I was like, "Ooh, Snoop Dogg!" That shit was lit, bro.
That's just lit.
One time I was working on this TV show called Legit, and the security guard was all Mexican, and there was I forgot the name, but he had been a security guard for like years specifically on movie sets and shit.
Uh-huh.
And he used to tell me all kinds of stories about LA. But one time he told me that he worked on was it Gone in 60 Seconds with Nicolas Cage?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so apparently there's like a really like important like race scene or something that's supposed to take place down the LA River, but the day before they're supposed to shoot it, there was a massive storm, so the LA River got flooded. And he was like, I talked to my cousin who works in DWP, and I'm like, how do I get rid of all this water? And he was like, well, do you got sandbags? and we'll sit up. And then so he's like, and I made a call to the locations, and I told him, hey, you need to set up some sandbags alongside of the river, and they did. And he goes, and they call me Moses. He just kept saying, they call me Moses. I parted the sea. I parted the LA River. They call me Moses.
That's fine.
Yo, so Alex Ruiz, what's popping?
What's
Jessica,
up?
Isaiah's G. Jessica is a G. Hey,
Jessica
guys.
is a G. Isaiah's G.
Yeah. That's her name is Isaiah's G, but we say is a G.
Oh, right.
But the guys, Alex Ruiz said, will you be posting the tamale tasting video? The video got copyrighted because we were playing Risk.
Really?
Yeah, so we can't post that video. But if I can cut up the tamale part, I will, and it'll be on a Monday in the future.
Ooh, so what's the verdict? What's the best tamal?
Oh, dude, the red chile, the red pork.
There was one I didn't
Red
get to
pork.
try.
Wrong. All right, whatever. Wrong.
I only got to try
Wrong.
two of them. That was the thing.
Yeah.
The best tamal, in my opinion, the rajas.
¿Qué es?
That's cheese and it has a strip of cheese and a strip of green chili. And
High
then,
five. That's my favorite. That's the one I wanted. I didn't get to try it. He got to try it though.
I mean, that's a different. Then there's different categories. Then you got the dessert tamales.
No.
Then you got
I love.
That's
dessert
not a
tamales.
category.
He doesn't like them.
Next, then you have the one that like rides the middle, and that's the chepo. That's the corn tamal. There you guys are
That one's good.
Yeah,
the
it's
corn one. You that
it's
one
not
is
kind
for
of sweet
dessert
because of
or
the juice of the
for-
corn, but
Mhm,
it's not
mhm.
savory.
Yeah, I'm not a tamale fucking connoisseur. Dog.
Oh man,
Yeah.
You should have been here last time,
Tamale
dude.
bro, you. Whoa.
We could have cut it up. I'm telling you that.
Dude, man, once you marry into a Mexican family,
yeah.
bro, dude, tamale warfare on Christmas,
But bro, I will say that I had two of them. So the first one I had was what? Chicken tamale.
Yeah,
Was it chicken and veggie or just like
Chicken
green
and
Chicken and veggie, yeah. And it was good, but it was just dry.
It was
The
dry
chicken
as
and
fuck.
veggie was not that good.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
like having caldo de pollo in a tamal, but it's all dry.
You need the salsa in a good tamal.
Yeah.
You need
That
the
was
salsa.
like the thing is it didn't have anything to like.
It's all
lubricate
dry.
it.
It's
Yeah.
all dry, and then did it have potato in it?
Yeah.
I don't think it had
Oh,
potato. Did it?
no.
Mine
I-
did,
Oh,
Oh, okay.
yours did. Oh,
but that just absorbs like because it's starch, so
Yeah.
it absorbs the moisture.
So I had the chicken with veggie tamale, and it was all right. I liked it. And then I had the fucking pork. And keep in mind, I literally have like a first grade level knowledge of tamales.
right.
And I'm not a first grader that loves tamales either. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I'm like a first grader that likes burgers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not tamales. And so I just keep going.
I don't know about tamales.
I had the red salsa pork tamale,
Yeah.
and it was so
That was
fucking good, dude. It was like moist, which I never had a tamale,
Uh-huh.
and 5 stars, dude.
It was from Liliana's.
Liliana's Tamales.
Okay.
Yeah,
Off
Shout
of
out.
Cesar Chavez right here.
Yeah.
Nice.
Down the freeway because we're
You
at
guys-
Six Flags.
You guys
I
ever
had
had?
the
So
cheese
you've
one.
never even had like the Guatemalan ones? Like
No,
the-
That's what I keep saying, dude. They're my favorite.
Yeah, the
Are they
Guatemalan.
the
my
really
God.
big ones?
Yeah.
They're like
They're like square. They're like weird shaped. And
they're
then,
fucking huge.
Yeah, my dad grew up in a part of Mexico where the way his mom would make them, they would make them with the banana leaf and then that type of masa, but there was nothing in it. Like
Yeah.
there was nothing. There's no meat in it. And what they would put in it is they would put sour cream and salsa or mole on top of it. That's how you eat it.
Damn,
So-
that sounds good.
So somebody here said, Luis Archila again said, best tamale in my Guatemalan opinion. Got to go with the classic pork and corn, second con crema.
Yeah,
Is that the same thing you're saying?
That's what
the
he's talking
Guatemalan
about.
ones, yeah,
There we
That sounds
yeah.
delicious.
Tamales de costita de puerco.
Yeah, costita de puerco. That's short ribs, pork short ribs into
Damn.
it. Yeah, those are really good. And then they'll have like the little nerve in it. So good.
See, this is what I'm talking about. Is because no, because when we posted that video of like you could have tamales, burritos, tacos, or tortas, and people were like, "There's so much variety in tacos. It has to be taco." You could literally do anything you fucking do with the taco with fucking
With a
tamales.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. It's just a baked taco.
yeah, and
Yeah.
it's so much better.
I chose tortas. I like tortas,
Tortas are good,
but it's also like I would pick specifically like how my dad makes them.
oh, okay. See.
See, I'm like Michael Jordan, dog. I like
Okay.
simple.
This is
What?
this is the third time you brought
Get some
up
help.
Michael
What are you
Jordan.
doing?
I like being simple, homie. I like burritos, dog. Throw a bunch of shit together and try to wrap it up. You know what I mean?
Do you guys consider burritos Mexican food though?
See,
Oh
that's
my
what
god,
I'm
dude!
saying.
Don't even get this started.
I tell
What
them about
the
this all the time
fuck?
because A white guy invented it.
Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah,
Mexican
yeah.
people
Real?
incorporated it.
Yeah, just like fucking piñatas we learned today. The Chinese invented that, but then Mexicans
Well,
were like, hold my
technically-
beer. Let me fucking see that paper
Yeah.
mache.
All right, let's move on from talking about Chinese because
But like,
it's like-
technically,
I was gonna say
Have you-
yeah, we
you guys
learned about
seen
it in the
Shang-Chi?
episode. Well, we did kind of have a version of it.
What? Oh, yeah.
The Mayans had a version of.
I'm sure we had a
Yeah.
version of the burrito, the taco.
let's not get started on the accordion, right, guys? Thank you, Germany.
dude, that's
Yeah.
why mariachi music comes from Germany because of polka.
Yeah, polka. Yeah.
Damn, fool. So if you look at it, Mexicans didn't make nothing, dog, except they made it better, fool.
I mean, they did
yeah,
make
yeah.
tacos and they did make.
Well,
Thi-
Mexico is an
Everything
amalgamation
else.
of cultures. So.
I mean, there is gold that they stole from us, but whatever. Let's
Oh,
not.
yeah,
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 and then
yeah.
there is chocolate. I think the Aztecs.
Yeah, so
like
when
cacao.
so when people talk shit because I don't like pie, but they're like, "Oh, this full of chocolate," is because I'm Mexican food because fucking pie comes from France. Fuck that shit.
Pie. Pie. ¿Quién trajo el pie?
But remember that,
Pie is a colonizer treat, and
Dang,
chocolate
dang.
was
You like
stolen
hotcakes?
from our people, and I'm
I enjoy
reclaiming it.
Yeah, dude.
everyone we've ever had in the podcast says the same thing.
I
He's the
enjoy
only one in the world.
That's
Okay.
fine. Are you okay, guy? Are you Trace Lay Chase?
Let me tell
He
you something.
hates tres leches.
I hate-
cake.
I hate tres leches.
They hate it with a
What?
passion.
Ah!
You need to decolonize
So then-
your fucking tongue, fool.
Flan. How about flan?
I like flan.
It's all right.
Good.
Yeah.
I don't really like.
I
the
like
texture.
like when it's like I've had surf one
Uh-huh.
and I never until like maybe a year ago had like made from scratch
Uh-huh.
one. That shit's delicious.
It's so good. It's delicious.
just like gooey, like it's like cold creme brulee. It's like really good.
I like choco flan because it's chocolate.
Oh, choco flan. All right.
I don't like chocolate
But also,
flan.
it's more.
I don't wanna get-
because the consistency is more like cake.
My girlfriend took me to a party and she told me like they got the choco flan.
Didn't she
don't
bring
eat that.
some to
Yeah.
the barbecue?
Why was
That
she
good.
prejudiced against the choco flan?
She was like, choco flan is overrated. I don't like this.
Yes.
But I was like, all right. I mean, I'm like, I like chocolate food, so I tried the choco flan. I was like, that shit good.
Yeah, but it's the bastardization of our desserts.
Bro, you can bring me chocolate COVID-19 and I'll fucking try
like,
that shit.
like when you go, like a churro is perfect. A churro is the perfect dessert, and then they started injecting it with strawberry cream or vanilla cream or
Condensed
chocolate
milk,
cream. They
yeah.
just it's no. Why? Why?
I went to
Like,
this-
why did you impregnate it like the Spanish did our ancestors?
It is
Well-
creepy to bite into like a condensed milk filled churro. That
Mhm.
shit's gooey. It's gross.
When
It's a money
when we
shot.
were in El Paso, I forget the name of it, but there was a restaurant in El Paso that has like it's all churros, like that was their thing. They do different kinds.
Uh-huh.
They had like a matcha one, they had
Oh.
a s'mores one, a fruity pebbles one, and then they had a hot Cheeto one.
What?
cream
was-
cheese and hot Cheetos. It was fucking weird.
It was covered with hot Cheeto dust
They roll it.
and like topped with
Oh.
cream cheese, and it was pretty good, to be
That
honest.
shit
I
was
was
spicy, homie.
so spicy, dog. It was pretty good, but the thing that like my bone to pick was with it was that they still rolled it in cinnamon sugar, and I was like, this would have been so much better if you just used the Cheeto dust and the cream
Yeah.
cheese.
Was it a Latino owned business?
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right.
So we got some comment. Oh shit, Mythical Bro, $2. Thank you so much, dude.
What's up?
What about an
Justin?
empanada? Pocket pie, homie.
That's what everyone says when he talks shit about pie.
Oh, he's gotta stretch out.
I've got something to say.
Cuban empanadas are good.
Cuban
Empanadas, Afro Latino. Okay.
Yes.
How do you guys feel about dinner empanadas? Like, yeah, like dinner empanadas.
Oh, with like meat in it.
yeah, meat pies.
They're good.
I love meat.
Really?
I had this one. There's this. I don't know where it is, but it's in Atwater Village, and it's a Cuban restaurant. They have like these really good chicken empanadas.
How about dessert empanadas? Like when you go to a panaderia and then
I don't think
there's
I've had a dessert one yet.
I'm not a fan of that
I'm gonna try it.
type of crust.
Oh, the sugar crust kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm not a fan
I
of it.
love it, dude.
It's good.
I fucking love it.
it.
I don't like those like I forget what it's called, but it's you like make like tortilla chips, but you like deep fry them and then you coat them with like cinnamon sugar.
That shit's
and-
bomb. I know exactly what you're saying. I don't know the name of it.
my aunt used to make them, and they're like good. Like I like cinnamon sugar, so I would eat them. But I don't know, something about the texture of like the burnt tortilla
They're
chip.
called,
like, I
Well,
think
don't
it's
burn
really-
them.
Yeah.
They weren't burnt, but they were
No,
like
I know
cooked
what you
more
mean.
than
Yeah,
chips.
it's-
They're like
yeah.
fried.
I know what the hell's it called?
But it's something I recommend to other people. I've seen
Yeah,
people
that-
turn them into like dessert nachos, and it's a good
That's good.
idea. It's a really good snack. I personally can't like finish them.
Did you ever? So Halloween's coming up.
Yeah.
Did you ever make that pumpkin candy?
No.
No.
No, I've never even heard of it.
I don't know. I'm sure it has a different.
I don't even. What kind of pumpkin
I'm sure it
candy?
has a different name, but we just called it. We're making pumpkin candy.
We
But
just
it's
call
like
it pumpkin pie, homie, and you don't
No,
like it.
fool, fuck pumpkin pie, dude. That's the worst thing I've ever had.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it's like you scoop out all the insides to make the jack-o'-lantern, and then you separate the seeds so then you can
Yeah.
roast the seeds, and then with the meat of the pumpkin you boil it and like add some shit.
Yeah,
to it.
you can candied pumpkin. Candied pumpkin.
I guess so.
Yeah.
I don't think
I've
I've
never
had
had it. I think it's been made before.
I
in
can't remember
somewhere
if I've
in my
had
People are saying buñuelos. Is that what the chips
Buñuelos.
are?
Probably.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Buñuelos. And then my mom said fried ice cream is a dessert served in Mexican restaurants.
Dude, I used to
Fried ice
love.
cream's
If
really
my
good.
mom, she's probably not watching, but every fucking Mexican restaurant that I went to, fried ice cream.
Damn,
I've
that
never
sounds
heard-
bomb.
Yeah, that sounds
Yeah.
really good.
Fuck the
Someone-
podcast. Let's go get some fried ice cream.
Dude, someone invented this thing where you bake ice cream into a pie crust, and it's just like I don't know if he like died, but he never gave. I think he died, and he never gave away how
What?
it's made, so
Yeah.
no one can replicate it. But it without melting the ice cream at all, it's ice cold. He bakes it into a pie.
Damn.
It's
like
insane.
stuffed crust.
Yeah, like the
But for
machine.
pie.
You put the ingredients in the machine, and it'll bake like a full small pie, like a pot pie full of frozen ice cream,
Whoa.
and nobody knows how it's done.
Dang.
Did we get a super chat?
Oh yeah, Lazaro Marin. Did any of you actually live in Mexico at all? Damn, well, that was a kind of like exposing us, dog. No, but I've been to
No.
Mexico. I think total. I've been there plenty of times, but in my my more like adult teenage life, like 3 times.
Yeah, I haven't been since since my grandpa died.
Well, you said that you Ryan, have you ever?
Have you?
I have not been. No.
You said that you used to go to Mexico like when you were younger all
Yeah.
the time, right? Yeah, I had the same experience when I was I don't know, man. As far as I can remember, little kid going to Tijuana, Tijuas, like every weekend. We would go every. My mom has a house over there. My grandma lived in that house. She passed away in that house. Rest in power.
Yeah.
I have cousins over there. I've stayed weeks over there. But I've never I have an established residence.
Yeah.
I want to become a Mexican citizen because my mom wants me to become a Mexican citizen. That way she can inherit me the house that she owns over there.
Oh shit.
I might be mistaken, but I heard there's like a much easier process to getting dual citizenship in Mexico.
Probably.
Yeah.
A lot of places it's way easier.
Yeah. Well, my dad was born there, so can I get citizenship there?
Yes.
Yeah.
But he's technically still a Chicano because he moved up here when he was younger.
You know,
Okay.
if he was ever a citizen over there.
When I
Can
was
we, 'cause of
19.
that?
What was that?
Oh right, my dad's from Juarez.
Our dad's from Juarez.
There you
Oh.
go.
Imagine that's like an episode we just get fucking dual citizenship people are like posers.
Hello.
No, but I want to go back to Mexico to visit. I'm going to New York this month, and then another trip I'll do is Catalina. But my personal want to do trip, and my mom's watching. You're my travel advisor. I want to go to the pyramids in Mexico.
There we
Oh,
go.
that'd be tight.
I want to go fucking walking and get scared of spiders and shit.
Did you see that video?
Just
Dude, like
a
I don't know if
white
we're talking
girl
about
over
the same thing. About the construction crews.
No, there's this video that I saw of some white fool like walking up
the steps.
the steps to the top of the pyramid.
Disrespectful. You should have sacrificed.
Didn't he
Up
like
or
put the
down?
rocket theme or some shit? No, but I was going to talk about different things. There's like a whole slew of videos of like construction companies, some Mexican, but some American, who are like trying to claim the land that those pyramids are on.
What?
And one dude like broke a wall of a whole pyramid because he was trying to build like construction there.
What the hell?
And his land happened to impede on where the pyramids are.
They need to
It's insane.
recreate
I feel
Green
like if-
Inferno.
I feel like they like whoever runs the pyramids like should own like the
Yeah.
immediate surrounding land.
Like you never hear about this shit about the Egyptian pyramids. I hear they're building a water slide in Yeah.
Water's dude.
I'll
When
say
they
if they
fucking
did, I'd go.
when Notre Dame fucking burned down, all the
Yeah.
world cried, dude.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, that's crazy. That guy traveled to the. Imagine it was Banksy that walked up the pyramid and he's like, "I'm gonna put a balloon up here." What the fuck? No, but I know you wanted to bring something up.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
So
I
hard
just,
transition.
yeah, I just saw this post on Instagram. Somebody wrote this op-ed from San Diego, I guess one of the local like news things, but they posited the question, will the Padres change their name due to the current climate?
So like the Redskins, the
Because
Indians.
like how the Indians and the Redskins
Right,
are changing their names, and then people are expecting the Padres to. But I don't know.
But I
Wait,
don't personally. Once again, everyone wait. I don't remember the persecution of priests. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But what did they do in the missions to the natives? You know what I mean?
Oh, to the natives, yeah. The
you
priests
know
were
what I
bad
mean?
guys,
So
yeah.
maybe that has something. Maybe that carries something, and I see that. But aren't there? Isn't there a college in San Diego called the Aztecs also? So
Is it?
Oh, I think so.
yeah. So I mean, where is it going to stop? I mean,
I feel like the Aztecs is different from saying the Indians or Redskins, because Indians is like predicated on calling Native
Yeah.
Americans Indians, and
Yeah.
that's false. And then Redskins is obviously a slur.
But then you also have like Ashley from the San Diego State who's walking around in a sweater that says Aztecs. So it's like I don't know. So
I don't know about that. The Padres thing, the only argument that I could see for it is
Mhm.
that like the whole thing about how they fucking raped and killed a bunch of Native people.
Yeah.
But the arguments that I'm seeing made against it are about like literally like the Padres have a mascot that's like has a belly and like runs around like an idiot.
Yeah,
He has a bald head.
Or like the Indian who's like this smiling Native American, and he's red. Yeah,
I feel like they should keep the name Padres and they should make the mascot more stupid.
Yeah.
They should make the San Pedro Tios, dog, and then have like an uncle as the mascot.
That reminds me of Mad TV season 1 had a sketch where Indian reservations had earned enough money to buy the Redskins, and
Uh-huh.
they changed their name to the Rednecks. And it was that idea.
Yeah, I mean that's a great idea. Honestly, how about you? The San Diego. I don't know. I mean rednecks, right? San Diego.
Why don't they
Hicks.
call it like the San Diego Marines or something? Oh no, Mariners or Seattle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Hicks or the
There's another name for that kind of, because the Padres, their mascot's like a monk, isn't it? Or like a
Yeah, it's a friar.
like it's
friar. That's what.
like it's
I was
always
like,
like it's
the
always
friars.
another culture's that they choose a mascot. They choose another culture for their mascot. How about I don't know, the Lincolns or something like that. I don't know.
Lincoln
San
Logs.
Pedro,
Pedro Lincolns.
or what is it?
San Diego Lincolns. Yeah, some. Yeah.
San Diego Border Patrol.
Why don't they call it the San Pedro Madres?
What would be more? What would like? What would be more? I don't know. The San Diego. I don't know. What would you?
I don't know. What would you change it to? The Padres. That's the team.
The
right?
Friars.
The Friar. But then you're
Well,
still,
no, it's the thing. The thing about the Padres, I don't really give a shit. I say fuck Spain, fuck the Catholic Church. Keep making fun of them for all I care. The hypocritical of me or whatever, but like the only way that I could see like supporting a name change is like because of the ties to like the missionaries' treatment of Native people. Like that's the only thing. But I don't care if they fucking make fun of a friar.
Yeah. So somebody said the San Diego Foos.
That'd be fun.
That'd be funny.
There you go.
We got another super chat. Lazaro Marin, your guest looks like Oscar Ayala Cornejo. He was an illegal alien police officer in Milwaukee. Google him. It is surreal. He got deported to Mexico in 2006. Damn, that fool spent $5 for me to read that right now.
Was that an insult or was that a compliment? I don't.
Wait,
Where's
so
the guy
he
who
was a
called the
border
answer
patrolman
squad?
that got deported?
I guess so. Do you want me to look this up real quick?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, because I want to know. Whether I should be insulted or not.
It sounds like
he
it
was
wasn't
an illegal alien. What?
He was undocumented, working as a police officer.
Uh-huh.
That's funny.
That's what it sounds like.
Uh,
But that's just so fucking crazy fucked up, like how people will like give their lives to service, like to help better the communities or
right.
whatever, and then they get fucking cast out.
Yeah.
I mean, and on top of that, you don't even look like this fool, dog.
Does he have hair?
He has hair, homie.
Well,
He's like,
Oh, yeah, what the hell? Now I'm insulted. Good for him, though. He sounds like a hero.
Su sueño era ser policía, a pasar a ser inmigrante.
Oh, man, he sounds like a good dude, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
They were
no, I'm hideous compared to that guy. He's handsome. He looks like Freddie Mercury in the movie. Yeah, Rami Malek.
Yeah.
That stuff is so crazy. Like there's this thing with like the American military about how if you're undocumented and you join the military that you have a fast pass to citizenship. Fast pass.
That's the thing, right? So if you're undocumented, if you join the military, you have a fast pass. Is that a thing?
That's what they're supposed to do is like
But that's
fast track to citizenship.
I just imagine like Speedy Gonzalez in a Marine uniform.
Well, are they honoring that or are they not?
No, that was the thing is it came out a few years ago that they're still fucking kicking people out. And the American military has a history of exploiting Latinos.
Latinos, African Americans, they exploit their own. They exploit white people. Like hearing an ex dude who served and felt like he got a raw deal from the military. They hate him.
Yeah.
But you know,
you see that clip of that dude? He was like a former Marine that was in service when Bush was still president. He Bush still does like ceremonies and talks for at colleges, and he like got kicked out and booed by the rest of the crowd for like pointing that shit out.
Right, I did see that guy.
You, Bush.
The funniest part about that video was they asked the girl who was next to him, who was clearly with him. They asked her, "Are you with him?" And you can hear her in the video say, "No."
Peace. But that's crazy though, because it's like I mean, look, we don't have to get into how I view the government and all this shit, right? But if you're talking about somebody who lived through that, like, because everybody says like respect the soldiers, respect the troops, and all that stuff, and it's like those people are the ones that are when they're voicing their opinion and when they're the ones that are saying like that fool's pissed. He's like, you sent me to fight in a pointless war, and when you killed my friends are dead because of you,
right? And
then like people are they're booing him and telling him to shut up.
Yeah.
Or it's like
they did the deed, man.
Something a bunch of people pointed out every year around Pride Month, a bunch of like conservatives on the internet, especially when now that TikTok's a thing, we're like, oh, what about the military? Why don't they get their own month? And every military person responded with, we do. It's in September. Like, pay attention.
Yeah, I feel like people who actually serve in the military are a lot more reserved and respectful over like politics than people who are into military culture, like the right wing stuff, like the people who didn't serve and but have a lot of pride in this country and in this military and all that stuff all overall. There are a lot. They have a lot of opinions. They need to shut the fuck up, man. I hate those. I was on the freeway driving home today, and some dude still had his like F-250 raised up with the F Biden and Blue Lives Matter like flags still. Dude, just driving, waving them high, waving them proud, and then he also
Terco way.
Yeah, and he had suicidal tendencies.
Oh.
So, you know.
Damn. Well, speaking of which, speaking of driving home and whatnot, I wanted to give you two your flowers because I don't have a lot of friends, right? But I do also. But not a lot of my friends have ever bought houses, fool. And Dominic and fucking Ramon have bought a house.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Congratulations!
Thank you.
Ramon still owns his.
Ramon still owns his. No, but that's a crazy accomplishment, fool. I can't imagine signing that paper, dog.
I bought my first house when I was 24, dude.
That's crazy.
Congratulations!
It's not cool.
That's a huge accomplishment.
I tweeted about it because this was a long time ago that I tweeted about it, but I got irritated because a lot of like. I saw a lot of like tweets or posts pop up of like these young people like I bought my dream house when I was 22 or 23 or 20, like whatever, and I was like I bought that shit when I was 24 and that shit almost killed me, dude. Like
damn.
I mean, maybe I'm in a situation where like I probably bought over my means, but it's like that's kind of the culture that we grow up in that is like, I mean, it's an accomplishment, it's a milestone, and people should be proud of it. But I'm just like the fact that we push people to like chase this, like this is a measurement of success, not it's not a measurement of like joy, it's a measurement of success. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Oh, dude, yeah. It's this is technically my third house that my wife and I have bought. Like we bought our first starter home. We have a family. For me, I don't even, dude. I would literally live like
this.
Yeah, right. If it was just me, I would literally be like, "Can I crash at your place?" But we because of my kids, I step kids, I had my twins and stuff. We bought a house. And we bought a house in the hood, bro. We bought it in Santana. That was our first home. And then we outgrew that one, and then we moved to a condo just to have, maybe a condo in a better area.
Yeah.
And that was in I thought it was a better city. And then
Anaheim, right?
Anaheim, yeah. Things didn't work out there. Then the pandemic hit, and I was in a condo with my wife and my two kids who were growing, twins, 9 years old. And then we had some money saved over. We hadn't been at the condo for that long. We looked at houses in Lake Elsinore, bought a nice big house in Lake Elsinore.
That's what's up.
Oh shit, that's dope, dude. Congratulations.
Yeah, we got to do a Isimo over in Lake Elsinore, dog.
I'm down with it. I got a nice loft out there. You guys
Fuck yeah! In November.
Yeah, I'm down.
We're not gonna bring any spooky shit to your house, bro. That'd be tight, dude. Not Steve Moreno, who hopefully we'll have on the live soon, showed me some pictures of when you guys did the open mic at your house.
Oh yeah.
That shit looked legit.
Right.
He made it look like a fucking comedy club in his garage.
Damn, that's tough,
well, there's nothing out there. there's nothing.
You gotta make it, dog.
Yeah. So yeah,
we gotta put it out there that Ramon is like a shucking and jiving, he's a hustler in the comedy community. He's always putting on mics and shows and stuff.
Yeah. During the pandemic, we did Mexican Candy, which, by the way, was kind of the inception of doing this podcast in a long roundabout way.
Lit it.
Because we talk about it a lot where we started on the Zooms. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just talking like whatever the fuck we would talk about every time on the Zooms. And then I was bringing up the idea like I want to do this Mexican thing where we do a topic every whatever.
Every episode.
My first idea was to have you, Steve Moreno, and Daniel Cabral on an episode.
I remember that.
You would talk about having kids and then not having kids and then, having a kid with the wife you're not with anymore.
Right.
Like those three different perspectives. Just at the ground level, like what the fuck we're doing. I don't know. Like, I can't talk to like Diego Luna's experience with fucking kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like us, like ground zero fucking Mexican comedians talking about these things. Because I think it'd be funny too at the time. Anyways.
So
that didn't
Ramon,
really come to fruition, but Dominic wanted to do a poquito más.
Yeah, un poquito podcast.
Oh, yeah, poquito podcast outside of that. But anyways, all that to say, a long roundabout way, we were doing Mexican Candy, and I think the first one was October 3rd last year.
Yeah. Oh, dude, that's why, like, when this started, I was like, wow. I was like, this is literally, like, this feels like Mexican Candy, and I'm proud that you guys, like, are doing it. You guys keep going. You guys are like, God, man, you guys are doing this shit, bro. You guys probably have people fucking watching you and shit. We like literally, like, we would get together on the Zooms and like, I'm not ignorant, I'm not narrow-minded, but I really like fucking with like Latinos of different perspective.
Yes.
The comedy community is full of different voices and stuff like that. And I feel like a lot of Latino voices like either go to one side or go to this side, or then they get lost, with the white hipster side, so that's why you guys, Daniel Cabral, the Pipe Boys, dude, Ryan, Dominic, you, Josh, because he's half, Moreno, dude, like
he was there half the time.
those are all different perspectives of like what it is to be Latino, and it's not even like whether you identify as this or you identify as that, whether you speak Spanish or don't speak Spanish, but it's just like this is our experience. We have Latino names. Like, so dude, this is the shit, bro.
And it's our attempt at fucking cracking the fucking egg, dude. This is like,
yeah,
I know Ryan has a harder time with like, people that don't get it. You know what I mean? I'm talking about the Aztec thing, dude.
Yeah. I thought you were gonna say he has a harder time with eggs.
What?
It's full of hate.
I know how to cook eggs. No. That's the funniest thing is I'm really good at cooking eggs. I just fucking hate eggs. I don't like I don't like the texture. I don't like the taste. I don't like it.
This one's been eating raw eggs the whole time.
But I'm really good at like scrambled eggs and shit.
Okay.
I know how to cook.
He does this thing when he's like really he's like fucking test me.
But you don't where does that because my stepson doesn't like eggs because his grandma told him that in an egg was a baby chick, and he's
not true. Technically, it's
so he just
technically not literally, but technically, it's like a chicken period
It's
where
an embryo,
it's
yeah.
an unfermented egg.
Gross.
So there's no living organism in
Dude,
it.
have you guys ever had a soft boiled egg where like you boil it and
I've tried like almost
yeah.
every kind of egg. I don't like them.
it's in the yolk is still soft in the middle?
Yes.
Oh my god, that's the best. That's the best.
The only exception I would say I just thought of, to be completely accurate, is my mother's chorizo eggs.
This
How
fool
she
likes
makes
runny
chorizo.
yolks, dog.
Oh, 'cause
I love when it get all over your face. Egg is stuck, and you're like, "Oh my god!" It's like a party in my mouth.
Runny yolks is for white people.
But that's like
dog.
the one thing I can't make it good, but she makes it really good. Is chorizo with eggs. I can't make chorizo eggs.
For the culture, it's good.
Yeah. So, anyways, go ahead and explain to Ramon this whole
Oh,
controversy.
have you heard of the concept of the Aztec death whistle?
I believe maybe possibly is it like like a
So-
bone or something?
It is. There's several different ways that it's known to be made. Sometimes from like animal parts, like bone and skin, and sometimes from clay. I don't remember what it's actually called, because here's the thing: white people call it the Aztec death whistle. We never called it that, but especially last year, there was a huge appropriation of it where people started selling it. It's mass produced and you can buy it on Amazon, but it's like made of plastic or polymer. It's 3D printed. It's sold as a toy
Right.
online, and it's so frustrating because it's made by white people, bought by white people,
Yeah.
and they get angry when I'm like, you shouldn't. If you're, I tell people it's like it's based on a spiritual item, so it shouldn't be used as a toy. But if you're gonna buy one, you could at least buy it from indigenous people.
People on here get upset at you?
No, people on when we
On TikTok.
promote the podcast
okay.
on TikTok, they have a lot to say about it. Like,
Dude, I'm fucking sick of all these Mexicans that are coming
It's
out
just-
and be
it's
like,
And at the end of the day, like, all I'm saying is there's a respectful way to do it. And the reason that I bring it up is because when you're buying it from that white dude who's 3D printing it and not in any way actually bringing the culture to you, he's just selling you the toy, then that's not sharing our culture. That's dismissing our culture so that you could buy a toy.
I say let these white people get it, and then like one day they'll blow into it, and then the Aztecs. will come
Some
and get it.
indigenous dudes say the same thing, and that's what's funny about it is it's like meant to ward and or gather spirits.
Yeah.
Believe that, like, ostensibly, it's all theory because of
Oh, so would you say like some like not holistic, but like new agey people have it because like they have a dream catcher, they have their Aztec death whistle,
they got the
have
crystals on
yeah, they have
some
crystals.
people buy it for
Yeah.
the occult aspect of it, and
Uh-huh.
I'm like, that's like not terribly appropriation. Like
Right.
you are buying it, you know, to have it, and it's like that's why I tell people is like if you're gonna buy it first, think about why you're buying it, and then think about who you're buying it from.
exactly.
I can't make you not do anything. I'm just asking you to think about.
yeah,
those
that's
things.
probably the key element is like, if you're going to buy it from somebody that like where it comes from.
Yeah,
Exactly.
and it's just like
Ryan's
I got
not even saying don't buy it. He's saying buy it from the right fucking people.
Buy
Yeah.
it authentic, yeah.
And I guarantee you, regardless of how it's made, handcrafted will always be better than some store bought shit on
Yeah.
Amazon.
Yeah, well, that yes. That being said, I mean, even your most Mexican families are guilty of, instead of buying the authentic tortilla maker or the authentic like mortar and pestle, like
Yeah, so that's what I'm
you
saying.
know-
Like, I'm not going to tell anyone, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not gatekeeping. I'm just saying, like, the thing that I've always maintained, and I've
Right.
said it in the comments and on videos, is like the amount of energy needed to try that much more
right,
is way less than anyone will
right.
admit.
Also,
uh-huh.
people don't know what the fuck gatekeeping means.
Yeah.
That's not what
It's not
gatekeeping is.
gatekeeping.
And also, like, if you're gonna have something as cool as a death whistle, if you're gonna have something that cool, wouldn't you want to have the legit,
The
the
authentic
real
one, yeah.
one, not the one that you
That's
bought?
what I mean. Is like people are discovering it, and that's the other thing is people are changing
This
what it's
is-
called so that they don't get that
Yeah,
flack.
this is-
Like
yeah.
they'll take out the Aztec part, and they'll even take out death whistle.
Yeah.
They'll just call it the scream
This-
whistle or the
oh,
ghastly.
God.
Like
Fool, if you want a death
They'll call
whistle,
it a
you
ghost
better
scream.
die, fool.
Yeah. Ooh. Oh,
because
man.
the indigenous people believe that it's like it's summoning the spirit. The scream
Right.
is
Well-
the spirits of the unrested.
But I mean, yeah, I mean, but then how do you think like Native Americans feel when somebody gets the fucking dream catcher from Target or something?
That's the
You know,
thing.
it's
That's
kind of
what-
yeah. Once it's out of the bag,
Yeah.
I feel like it's out of the bag at
Yeah.
this point. You
But
know?
the thing about it, though, too, for me, is that Ryan is expressing himself. He's not. He has no fucking say in the matter. He has no
like I can't.
You
make
can't pull
anyone
strings
do
to make
anything.
people do anything.
Yeah.
So people coming at Ryan and calling him a mammoth and shit is fucking insulting.
Oh,
dog.
yeah,
what
some
the
dude-
fuck is that?
Yeah.
Some dude was like making fun of me. He's like, "Oh, well, then don't fucking eat McDonald's and lose weight." And I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah,
first of all,
yeah.
McDonald's is not culture, but it's also a thing that is literally intentionally shared with everyone.
Uh-huh.
But second of all, like, I'm not. Again, it's like personally, I don't believe you should buy them. I'm not gonna make you not buy them. I'm not gonna hate you if you buy one.
I am.
But I would invite. Literally, all I'm ever trying to do is invite people to think about what they're
Exactly.
Right.
buying.
That's
Just put thought into it.
That's fine. Yeah, of course.
Imagine
I mean,
we
Nick-
went the whole rest of the stream and I never followed back on what I
Yeah.
said when I said I'm tired of all these fucking Mexicans coming out.
One comment, or there was two comments that were really funny.
Oh yeah.
There's somebody
Um,
watching like, what the fuck?
What the fuck? Did you guys hear what Dominic said? What the fuck was that part?
What are you saying?
So there's no, but there's two comments that really stood out to me that were really funny to address. The first one is because when I'm talking about them, when we talked about it in the podcast,
Uh-huh.
I made up a guy as a representation of what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Like get it from the people that actually make it. Don't get it 3D printed for some dude named Ned on Etsy.
Right.
Like some
right.
white guy on Etsy,
Uh-huh.
and then Gerardo added that he's Australian because it's a made up fucking person.
I saw that clip. I saw that. Uh-huh.
He's based on people I've experienced.
Right.
But some Australian dude was like, actually, Australian people have culture too, so maybe just like mind your business.
Oh,
and I was like,
yeah.
first of all, he's made up. But secondly, if this person was real, then yeah, Australia does have its own culture, so they don't fucking need to take ours.
You hear that? Nameless commenter.
Yeah.
But
Did
also,
you think
we
about
weren't
that?
We weren't actually like making fun of Australia. Oh, he did do an accent.
I was.
I was for sure. Yeah.
The
Fuck
second one
Australia,
was I'm wearing a.
Wait, what you guys got against Australia?
I chilled.
It's a fucking boomerang.
The spiders
huh?
are
The
huge.
Fucking boomerangs. Don't shit don't work,
The
dog.
craziest thing I've heard about Australia is that sometimes their tornadoes catch on fire because there's so much sand and like sand glass in there that it'll just.
No, well, you guys remember when fuck Australia caught on fire?
That's insane.
Shit,
That was last year.
crazy.
Fucking-
Jesus Christ, from
I
a
was
tornado.
asleep.
Let's give them a break.
Maybe
You were
there's too
asleep for
much-
6 months.
Let
What
him
the fuck?
live, dog.
Maybe it was too many
Oh,
death whistles, homie. That's all I'm gonna say.
But the
Yo,
second comment.
Australia was on fire. Take it up with Ned, fool.
The second comment was I'm wearing a Batman shirt. And I'm like, oh, look at this dude wearing Batman. He's like, first of all, again, that's something shared. That's pop culture, meaning it's shared with the masses on purpose.
Right.
But secondly, Batman was inspired by Zorro.
Exactly. Yeah. And plus, I don't know. Like, if you feel a certain way from something that is like genuinely like true to the culture and stuff, and it means a lot like to that culture, like it's special in that way, it's like you can't compare that to fucking fast food or
Yeah.
fucking McDonald's. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's also like, and I've said it because there's people that are like, well, I'm Mexican or I'm half Mexican or I'm Hispanic, and it's like,
Yeah.
that just means you don't care. And
Yeah.
no one, and it was like, again, the same thing I was saying to white people, like, I'm not gonna make you care, but it's something I care about.
Yeah.
So if you don't want to be part of the conversation, you don't have to be.
I think
It's so annoying when those people comment. It's like, then don't comment.
It's funny that you say that because even Australians took like they were offended with I was watching some YouTube videos with my kid. This dude bought a Chanel boomerang. So there was like this
Chanel.
Chanel, like the designer.
Yeah, Chanel.
Yeah.
A designer boomerang. It was like $100 or thousands of dollars, and like the Aborigines were offended because it's
Yeah.
like, bitch, why? Like, why you buying this?
Bitch, why?
Yeah,
Why would Chanel make a boomerang? I
Yeah.
can't picture that.
Yeah.
And it's all for status, and it's not a genuine boomerang, and it wasn't made out of like special polymer. It was just a fucking wood
That's
boomerang.
like if
but they
like
sold
Nike
it for
sponsored
thousands
a didgeridoo. Like the fuck?
yeah. So I mean,
I could see that though, shaped like the Nike. Don't do that, Nike.
yeah.
You know the comments I hate?
Which
So
one?
let's say
The ones that call you Brown Frodo, Doug?
No.
It's these fools.
No, I see it, but no.
I see it on 4 different. You said I don't.
He doesn't look like a
I would
Hey,
not
destroy
get.
the ring, homie.
I would not get so worked up if I could like understand it, but I like don't see the resemblance
I
at
don't
all.
either.
But on 4 different videos, total strangers from
Separate
people. 4 separate people have said Brown Frodo or Brown Elijah Wood.
Ah, man.
Like people compare me to that fat kid from Deadpool 2. I get that.
Oh yeah.
That fool's an Aborigine.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. I mean,
But
that's originally for me. That's where Handsome Squidward came from. Periscope, the Periscope.
That's
Like, you
funny.
remember going live on
I never
Periscope,
got on
Right.
Periscope.
and people were like, "Oh, Handsome Squidward," and then it's never every.
Oh,
Damn.
you
guy
should
has-
wear the brown shirt.
Dude, if
and
you wear like a handsome skirt on your shirt on like TikTok or shit, that shit'll trend.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, I gotta go.
Uh,
If you reenact that scene, that'd be funny.
I was Handsome Squidward for Halloween one time.
Oh, hell yeah.
Shit. Well, that's what we were talking about earlier. When people do
I couldn't tell if that was a
Oh,
burp or
how-
a
No,
fart.
I was trying to hold back the burp so I could talk.
It's a stroke. Are you? no.
No, when people do doppelgangers for their Halloween, I love that
Like,
shit.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Like what?
Like people say I look like Salah, so if I put on a fez on my head and like went bad dates, you know.
Who's Salah?
Salah from Indiana Jones, the Indian dude, the fat Indian guy.
Oh, I saw one of Indiana Jones. I don't know which one.
Oh,
it
the
was.
second
he-
one.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
Who else do I look like? Oh, people say like John Belushi. So if I walk
There you
around
go.
in like
Yeah.
Animal House attire,
Yeah.
my doppelganger for Halloween, dude. So fucking respect, dude.
I can see that.
What's his name? Handsome Squidward guy.
I've done Handsome Squidward. I've done Vin Diesel. I've done just easy shit.
So I mean, you should either be Topher Grace or Elijah Wood.
Topher
right?
Grace, fuck you, fool.
No, but what's the comments that annoy you?
Oh, okay. So there will be, let's say there's a movie where somebody goes, I think Mexicans are pieces of shit, right?
Man.
And then we go on the podcast and we say, hey, stop calling us pieces of shit.
yeah.
And it goes viral, obviously, 100,000 likes in 2 minutes or whatever, right?
Uh-huh.
And then some fool 2 months later will be like, man, I'm fucking Mexican. Let them call me piece of shit, dude. I don't give a
Oh,
fuck.
yeah,
And I'm
yeah.
like, what the fuck are you
So what?
talking
Yeah.
about?
Yeah.
Like they're always is like, I'm Mexican. Why do we even care? Like the Hispanic Heritage Month, they're like, why do we even care about this stuff? We don't need that. They're saying we don't need a month like these other fools. We're not pussy culture. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? How do you get your masculinity from not having a month of history?
Yeah. Scoot over a little bit this way.
Oh.
Also, so Dominic, first of all, on top of that, in like 3 comments, really quick. But first, I wanted to say, if she's still here, Yasmina Nunez, we give you a shout out on the next episode. Sorry for saying your name wrong.
Yeah, we're sorry.
Yes,
My
it
bad.
wasn't Jasmina, which we should have known. That's not a fucking name, right?
I don't remember 'cause I didn't-
It can be? Okay.
I've heard Jasmine.
Jasmina.
Yeah. But shout out to Yasmina. That's the best voicemail we've gotten ever.
Yeah, it changed my life, to be
Yeah,
honest.
yeah.
I still can't go
I'm
with
not
the ESL
joking.
thing.
The ESL thing was hilarious. Yeah. But anyway, shout out to you, Yasmina. And then we got one from Aparni Rani, who is
Oh,
a
hell yeah.
Jarrito. Thank you very much. As an Australian, I didn't take offense to that. You're good, Ryan. That guy was just being a Karen.
Also, like all the dudes that were saying, like I'm a Scottish person and no one cares about our appropriation. None of those dudes were actually the thing they were saying. They're all white guys from America.
Dude, yeah.
And people that were like, I got tagged in a Scottish person tagged me in their video being like, that dude's not Scottish.
Dude, Australian people are lit, bro. They don't get offended, dude.
Because they have other shit to do with,
call
like
Mc-
their fucking country landing on
Yeah,
fire.
they call McDonald's Maccas out there.
Dude, I've always wanted to try. It's a thing in Australia. I don't know if it's anywhere else. They have shake 'em up fries. Have you heard of those?
No,
Oh, I've heard about that.
They come with
No.
flavor packets and a specialized box. You put the flavor in the box, you close the box, and you shake it up.
No.
I'll tell you one thing.
They have flavored fries.
I
Take
guarantee you
home.
that shit is just fucking Lowry's.
I want to try it.
But the fries have to be fresh for the oil to stick to the salt. They have.
Yeah,
To.
they give it to you with when you get your food.
Yeah, but I'm talking about it has to have hot oil on it. For
How
that
come
shit.
they don't do that themselves?
Yeah.
Why do I got to do it?
Yeah.
Because you can control how strong the flavor is. You don't have
the
to use
same
whole
reason
pack.
they don't dip their nuggets already. That's the same.
Fuck
you
that.
choose. Yeah.
That's
dip the
not the
nuggets.
same thing.
It's all
Nice
the same.
try.
Well, because I know people that don't use the whole sauce pack in like ramen. And shit.
Yeah, the worst
People
was
like
when you,
varying flavors.
yeah, the worst was when KFC had the dipped wings and
Yeah.
I was like, I didn't want all this honey barbecue on it. That's too much.
I think the dumbest
You've
thing they've
never
ever made
heard-
was the triple chicken sandwich where the buns were also pieces of chicken. That's
yeah.
just 3 pieces of chicken.
You never heard about somebody in line at McDonald's and say, "Let me get a large fry, lightly salted."
Yes. Lightly salted. Fresh. I used to work at McDonald's, so the weirdest ones were lightly salted. Make sure it's fresh. Like they wanted you to like put in a brand new batch of nuggets, a brand new batch of fries just
Some
for
dude
them.
Made a video, and it was an Australian dude actually. That's why it's funny. who he calls people out for that shit. He's like, you don't care about the salt. You just want us to give you fresh fries, you bitch.
Yeah, that's all it is.
Well, that was the thing is that like to get fresh fries, you ask for it lightly salted, right? Like that's the trick because then they have to.
Because they make them in batches. But
I was always nervous working at the fry station because I sweat a lot. So anybody who got McDonald's from
That
like
shit was
1998,
salted,
Yeah,
man.
that shit's super salty, homie.
dude, I used
This
to
shit is
sweat all over the.
Okay, somebody said, first of all, Izzy Sandoval, another Jarito. Shout out, Izzy.
What's happening?
We can't forget when KFC had the chicken corsage for prom season. What
that
the
was
fuck?
hilarious. I remember
Chicken
that.
corsage
For like a while. It was like a
Ooh.
drumstick on a corsage or something.
Yo, that sounds lit. I would be 100 pounds heavier if that was happening in high school.
The famous
It's
bowl
one
was
it's one
so
piece of
good.
chicken.
Do they still make the famous bowl? Remember?
Damn, Gerardo would have had 12 days just so he could get a bucket. full.
Wow.
Not even shows up in like a bunch of corsages just lining his arm.
Just asking
But they're all
kinds
like
of chicks to
flourless because
prom.
he ate all the chicken.
I got a corsage for you and for me.
And then somebody, this is the one I was looking forward to, is I want to hear Dominic cuss out Disney for trying to trademark Dia de los Muertos.
Dude, I was just fucking reading that shit today, dude. That pissed me off so goddamn much. They were trying to fucking trademark it for Pixar. Are you fucking
'Cause of
kidding me
Coco?
right now? What?
Because of how?
Because of Coco, because
The fuck?
Disney owned Pixar, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And so
Yeah.
they wanted to trademark Dia de los Muertos. And it's like, what the
Dude.
fuck are you doing, Disney? Are you kidding me? First, they also they lied about trademarking the Happy Birthday song.
They didn't. I talk about this all the time.
They didn't.
They
do
literally
it, fool.
just said that they had the
They
rights,
didn't
but they
do it.
didn't.
Disney did.
Yeah.
They
Oh,
said they had the rights to that
bastards.
shit, and if you sung it in public, like on media, you'd owe money. But the guys that claimed it were lying.
Is Disney reaching the point of being overrated?
No, I don't
Reaching.
think so. I think their theme parks have always been overrated, in my opinion.
Okay, yeah, California Adventure is trash.
That and like Six Flags.
I
is
just
up
like the
street.
Muppet ride
Knott's is a far better experience
because they let you drink beer, dude.
and fight. There's a
They
lot of
let you
fights.
fight?
There's a
They're
lot
like,
of
yeah,
fights
you
at Knott's
like-
now.
That's what I was always like. Knott's is just like the Latino
the-
Disneyland, dude. Like they let you drink and shit.
We've already talked about this.
Why are
over the
you
Zooms, right?
equating being Latino with something that is?
I don't know.
We-
Because I
we-
was 12.
We talked about this on the Zoom, right? The Book of Life is a far superior Latino cartoon than.
I just like the part where Cheech Marin is singing the Biz Markie song. You got what I need. It's
Maybe
so
I didn't watch
fucking
the Book
funny.
of Life.
I don't think I've seen Book
the
of
Book
Life.
of Life is better than Coco,
They killed it
and
the year
it's
before.
made by Guillermo del Toro.
Oh, yeah, I
And they're
remember
like-
having
And
that
it's
conversation.
based,
Carved like
and it's
puppets, too.
based
It's really
also
cool.
on the afterlife. And
They got
what
Ron
happens.
Perlman.
Yeah, Ron. Yeah.
Oh shit, Hellboy.
Yeah.
So.
So, anyways, continue. You haven't cussed once yet
No,
about
yeah.
Disney.
Fuck Disney, fool.
Okay, there we go.
We were talking about it when we were eating, but you can.
I don't understand like this whole thing with Disney. Like Disney is an evil corporation and it's
Mhm.
joked about and it's known. And every time they fucking buy a new company, it comes up again about how it's like an evil conglomerate.
Uh-huh.
But they fucking make a movie with a brown person. Everybody's like, oh my God, representation.
Yeah.
It's like it fucking I haven't seen Coco. Like it bewilders me.
Somebody said, laugh my ass off. Dom is the Latino Huey P. Newton.
It's kind of funny.
Do you guys know that? Do you guys know that reference? I don't get that.
That's the
Yeah,
fool that
it's a
founded the
little-
Black Panthers.
Yeah, Civil War.
That's
Yeah.
funny.
If
Dude,
you-
have you seen
Of course, Dom knows. I'm just
yeah.
kidding.
have you seen Judas and the Black Messiah?
I did.
Oh no, I haven't seen that.
Such a good movie.
That
dude.
shit scared the shit out of me
It's-
because one white guy saw the movie and like would slowly clap at certain parts, and I'm like, I'm so afraid that this white guy's gonna
Yeah.
do something.
I'll
It was
watch it. It's
terrifying.
on HBO.
Well, Daniel, what's his name? Coulier? Or from Get Out. I don't know how to say his last
Oh,
name.
Kaluuya.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kaluuya.
I always get tripped up whenever they hire British people to play American, like historical figures.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm
Uh-huh.
not black, so I don't have a say in
Well,
this
you're-
casting. But
Wait, you're not black? I thought you were Black
I thought there
Frodo,
was
homie.
diversity on this one.
No, we
But-
get like New Zealanders playing us, dude.
Oh yeah.
yeah, it's crazy. But fucking him as Chairman Fred Hampton, he's fucking phenomenal.
He's
That's
a
a
really good actor.
good
Okay.
movie.
I'll watch Judas and the Black Priest. Speaking of movies and representation, remember the Suicide Squad The first Suicide Squad.
Oh, the first one I didn't watch, but
We
he talks
talked
about it.
this a few streams ago.
Really, the Mexican dude at they just shoehorned that fucking villain. I didn't get that.
The Diablo, or
Yeah. I didn't like that.
Yeah, I don't think he's from there. Or I think there's a
don't like
version of the
that.
comic
That
book
was
he doesn't have the
so-
same powers.
When they don't nail it, and Suicide Squad didn't nail like Latino characters, it makes me cringe when I'm fucking watching it.
He was a reformed cholo and shit. Though.
Oh my god! Like there was a while where Hispanics even claimed Vin Diesel. It's like that guy's Latino. And I was
Dominic
like,
Toretto.
Dude, that guy's name is Mark
oh
Sinclair.
my
I'm never
God.
gonna claim that food.
Oh, good.
but he speaks for us, dog.
But yeah.
I live my life a quarter mile at a time, homie.
That's because you can't afford a full tank of gas, bro.
Yeah. Got you.
Damn, fool. Is it supposed to burn like that? What's it called? Yeah. So, did you ever watch the second Suicide Squad movie?
The one that came out, right?
Yeah.
I didn't like it.
First thing you
I
noticed was like none of the brown people from the first movie are in the second movie.
Yeah. Well, not really anyone.
Oh, except for
what's her name?
Warren,
Warren.
the person in charge of the squad.
Oh yes.
Oh, yeah,
And
yeah.
What's her name? Mrs.
Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
Harley Quinn.
she's not brown.
Well, she's
well.
she's the only.
Well,
like,
3 characters from the first movie
Yeah,
are in
exactly.
the second.
Yeah.
But they're all the white guys.
She is if we get married, baby. You know?
Dude, but Nathan Fillion in that shit is funny. I like the mislead.
Oh,
did I
the
spoil
beginning,
it?
and the beginning, yeah, the beginning, the beginning, yeah. When they kill spoiler alert. I mean, when they kill the first team, yeah, I thought that was funny, but
Nathan Fillion was the funny because he was like, "Poof," and there's like so much dramatic music because you're not supposed. They use his initials, but you're not supposed to know what he does
Yeah.
if you don't know the comics, and that's the whole gimmick.
Yeah.
And then he turns his name is Tear Off Arms Kid. That's his name, and then the arms are floating, and you think it's gonna grab a gun or something, and it just goes.
I hated that movie.
Yeah. They
made
made the Latinos the bad guys for the bad guys, dog.
Yeah.
and
they made him, like-
Latinos in that movie.
That was
Yeah,
the thing I agreed with.
the whole army was Latino.
Oh
It was based off
But it
of,
was like it's a fictional island.
And that's
Yeah.
the thing I hate
Off the
too.
I
coast.
hate when they do that.
We pointed out, and then people in the comments, well, it's actually not a real Latino place. It's a made up.
I
country
hate
in
when
the
they
yeah,
do
but that's
comics.
just like
that.
they do that so they can get away with it.
Yeah, like we had this conversation about Apocalypto.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
We had this conversation
Like
about
those tribes never
Apocalypto. Yeah,
existed.
where it's like Mel Gibson just got away with being super racist.
Yeah.
It's not even real. Fuck you guys. He literally said that at like some college. Some chick was like, "Hey, I don't like the way that you depicted these like native tribes from like Central or South America." And he was like, "Shut the fuck up. You make your own movie and do what you want to fucking do."
Yeah.
And people
It's fucking
applauded that
insane.
shit.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
That was like after that other shit happened too.
And he took remember, this is what we talked about in the Zoom chat, was that he took all the worst aspects of each of these different indigenous.
Yeah,
it's
it's
the
not
culture.
like
Yeah.
people think it's about the Mayans or it's about the Aztecs, but it's like he steals from a bunch of different
bunch
cultures
of different
purposely
cultures.
and then
ambiguous.
smashes them all together. And just because we're not taught these cultures or these histories,
Yeah.
like a lot of people, I mean, I believed it when I first saw
Yeah.
it. Like I was like, oh, this is the fucking Aztecs, but it's like it's not true. So it's like it's just fucking racist representation because it's being lazy. It's willing to.
It's willy-nilly, homie.
And from what I heard, a lot of that shit that was actually written or the first accounts of when it was written, a lot of that shit was like scrapped, and they rewrote a lot of shit. So a lot of that stuff isn't
How
really
much worse
accurate.
was it?
Dude, it's
There's like sombreros and mariachi music in
Well,
it.
the way that they like depict the fucking when they cut the fool's head off, the sacrifices, it's very misleading.
yeah.
It's,
Dude, yeah. But that being said, whenever like there's another Latino and then they want to bring up like some fucking fact about pozole and how the first version of pozole was made with human parts,
yeah.
I'm like, all right. yeah, just keep it to yourself. Like, all right. We're trying to clean up our
Rome wasn't
image.
built in a day, dog.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was like the other thing. I mean, there's like cannibalistic tribes that exist across the world, but
Yeah.
that shit wasn't true.
Yeah.
That's a myth, dude.
it's a myth. Well,
Most of the sacrifice was primarily like a religious belief. They thought they had to do it.
That
Yeah.
being said, do you guys like organ meat and like all that stuff?
Organ meat?
also fucking
I don't wanna
you
know.
just said organ meat, and I'm like, the Scottish people eat fucking organs all the fucking time,
Yeah.
dude.
Well,
Haggis and blood.
Yeah, do you guys like that stuff?
Liver.
Like
Oh, like
tripas,
liver, like-
tripas, liver.
Yeah. I like tripas. My grandpa made the
corazón.
best tripas. Rest in power.
I don't think I've had that. I haven't had much.
Man, dude.
I've had tripas tacos. They're really good.
Yeah, deep fried tripas in a caso, dude, is fucking bomb.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I think I tried that once, but it was like a small. I think this is where I'm getting it from. Where our brother found a taco spot by his house, and they made that on a taco, but it was like really small, like cut up pieces.
Yum,
So I can't compare it to anything.
dude.
But it was really good.
Yeah.
At some like meat markets, they'll sell you like a fried like either goat head or a cow head, and like you just poke the meat off of the.
Oh,
of the-
right, I've
seen
It's
that.
So good, man.
And another
Ooh.
thing, fuck Disney, fool.
Just in general, dude. Have you ever?
Great.
You've seen Emperor's New Groove, right?
Yeah. What I'm.
So okay, I want to preface this by
Uh-huh.
saying that as a kid, I enjoyed the movie.
yeah, it was a good movie.
As a story, it's funny and it's good and it works, but it never had to be the people that it was.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Oh,
some
that's right.
people on TikTok were making the argument that they were robbed of a better movie because had a whole different title. But this is what pisses me off when they describe it. So first of all, it's based on the Inca people.
Right.
But when you look at the story, there's nothing in the story that's from the culture. Like we're just used as an aesthetic.
Right.
To stylize it. They could be like an Irish king
Right.
or like a British king in like an Irish
Scottish or
Scottish
anything.
or whatever.
Right.
It could have been anywhere in Europe and it would have still worked the way it worked. It didn't have to be, you know. But someone said originally it was called the Sun King or Soul King. It was supposed to be Aztec, not Inca. And I think the reason that it was changed was because they didn't want it associated with a culture that
Oh
practiced
my
human
god!
sacrifice.
Fuck Disney.
So they
Jesus
didn't
Christ.
do it with Aztec. But it was like I heard this person explain all this shit, and so I'm like, so you're telling me that what we got was an all-white producing, all-white casted movie about brown people when we could have got a different all-white producing, all-white casted movie about brown people.
Yeah.
And it's like that's neither of those things matter to me.
Inca's Peru, right?
Incas Peru.
Oh,
It is
okay.
Peru. Yeah, and it was so frustrating. It was like because it was like they had a different cast, they had a different director. It's like yeah, but it's still all white people. Like that's not the part you should be mad about.
So I know that Ryan knows about this, but are you a big comic book guy?
I like Batman.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you know Black or Blue Beetle?
I've heard of him. Is it DC?
Yes.
DC.
Okay.
Yeah, DC. I believe he's in the Flash right now, right? Or he was in the Flash.
No, he's like he's been mentioned in like cartoons and games that have to do with the whole Justice League.
Yeah.
He showed
Mhm.
up a lot in Batman and Friends or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay. But they're supposed to be making a Blue Beetle movie with the
Uh-huh.
Mexican director
Yeah.
and a Mexican lead actor. And so I was wondering if Ryan, what do you think about that?
I'm interested to see what they do with it. It's
Yeah.
like, you know, a lot of people think it's a cool thing because he's, as far as I know, the only one that never really had backlash. But he was taking over a character that, for the most part, kind of fell out of the zeitgeist for a long time.
Right.
Because
Right.
the original Blue
right.
Beetle, I believe, was white.
Yeah.
And they converted the story to make him Mexican, and that might have to do with like Marvel doing the same thing with like Ghost Rider and shit. But I think he was first. But
the
he's
director's
been,
Puerto Rican, not Mexican.
for the most part, he's been.
I mean, that's
null
still
and
cool.
void.
Yeah. But for the most part, he's been like accepted by the. It might be that just there was too much time between the original and the remake. But for the most part, his comic book's been well accepted.
I gotta tell you, I don't like the name Blue Beetle. I think he should be called something else. First of all, there's the Tick, which is a joke character.
Mm-hmm.
I like the team.
I like
But
to
also
take that, yeah.
having a Mexican hero called the Blue Beetle is too close to a cockroach for my taste.
Oh, fuck.
Jesus.
Wow.
Well, he's based
Wow.
on. They rewrote it. So he's
Whoa.
based on the Beatles, based on the Scarab.
I was
Call him
trying
the fucking Blue Scarab.
Yeah. I was trying so hard to think about how it's racist, and then when you said that, I was like, "Oh my god, I didn't think of that."
La
Yeah.
cucaracha, though. I
Like
mean,
cucaracha, homie.
There's gonna be fucking parodies and shit of this fool with the.
That reminds
cucaracha.
me of some racist shit with the Tick.
Yeah.
The live action one with Patrick Warburton. He was
right.
They had the Man Bat, which is a parody of Batman, who was Mexican, and he was a broke Batman. He was like if Batman went bankrupt.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was really shit.
Was he Latino though? He was Latino, right?
I think the actor is like
He was
Latino,
Latino, and
descent,
then-
but I think he's American.
And then his ringtone was that.
Yeah. It was so
like
bad.
some marimba or some shit like that. Yeah.
I remember that guy. I don't remember his name, but I remember he always looks like he has eyeliner on it. And that's just like his natural lashes.
And then like in
Yeah.
Batman Incorporated, isn't there like a Batman in Mexico?
I think so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's also
I I don't know. I don't want to be one of those that's like, what about us? Like whenever someone else gets something.
right.
But I just feel a little bit like we got the short end when I'm happy for the representation, but if I feel bad that, kids have to look up to a fucking bug.
Yeah, I feel bad too, but what I want to say is, like, you gotta count your blessings, and there's so many fucking Mexican directors that win the best Oscar for best director.
Yeah.
Like the 5 years in a row.
Nobody talks about it. It's
Yeah,
fucking insane.
But what we talked about on the episode about film is that they're all movies that serve white people.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm reading Chicano right now, that book, and we talk about it on the Patreon. If you haven't joined the Patreon,
Oh,
yet.
you're reading it too?
Yeah.
Oh, dope.
Yeah, I got it right there.
Nice.
Chicano is such a fucking cinematic fucking book, dude. It would be so well done to be a series or a film, and it's not a fucking drug cartel. It's not. It's a coming of age story about people moving to Estados Unidos.
Yeah.
And
Wait, is yours like this big ass book like this?
it's right. It's the one right here on this. You see, it's Richard Vasquez. Oh, behind this, I forgot. I have the
Oh,
whiteboard
okay.
up right here.
I'll see it right now.
Richard Vasquez, Chicano.
Is it a
written, like-
narrative or is it?
It's a fiction.
Oh, it's a fiction. Okay, I'm reading this other book called Chicano. That's it's like a history book.
Oh, okay, yeah, it's
Yeah.
fiction. We thought it was
Okay.
going to be history when we first
Yeah.
got it.
Okay, I got the history one. That one's lit too.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
yeah. This one was written in like '69, but released in
Okay,
like '70
okay.
During like some of the biggest Chicano fucking rallies in Los Angeles.
Right.
But it's so well written, and it's like waiting to become a movie. It's been around since 1970. And I don't understand. I got such bad like burping, but what we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
I don't know how else to articulate it, but if a Mexican director were to take on these kind of roles of giving us a different fucking variety of Mexican culture.
I will say that, like, I know I came pretty hard on the Blue Beetle, but I do think it is like it's a good indication of like we're on the come up, and we're
Yeah.
going to be taking more opportunities and be given more opportunities to tell our stories the way that we want to be told.
See I mean, I guess I don't know. I'm conflicted on all that shit because I don't look to fucking Hollywood to tell me to represent me. I mean, it's cool when they give opportunities to Latinos because that opens the door for all of us to do that stuff. But I don't look to them for whenever I see something that they've produced, that Hollywood has produced. To me, it doesn't seem authentic, and they haven't yet to do that the right way.
But my argument for that is that we understand the historical significance of film in culture.
Right.
Like I was taught in college American ideology, and all we did was watch films.
Right.
Yeah.
That's how it shapes how people see each other. Go ahead.
Yeah, to touch on that, we all have heard of the stereotype that Black people love fried chicken, right?
Yeah.
That stems from Birth of a Nation.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That they had the actor playing the black villain. They wanted to give him something like sloppy and menacing to eat, so they gave him fried chicken so he could like tear it off the bone and shit. And literally, that's where that stereotype is traced back to. And so it's like stuff like the representation that we see. It's like obviously it doesn't affect me how I live my life, but I know it affects how other people see me.
Exactly.
Because if somebody lives in fucking Idaho and they've only ever met white people and they see Mexicans on TV, and then I fly into Idaho for 2 days, they're gonna treat me how they see people on TV.
But don't we also do that to them when white people from like West Virginia or the South are misrepresented? They're all racist, they're all inbreds, they're all hicks, like, and then you go over there and you meet like super progressive people. I don't know. I think
Well, two things. One, if I feel if I prejudge a white person based off of stereotypes, it's more about my safety because I'm in more danger than if they think that I'm illegal. And in fact, the stereotypes that they probably have against me are putting me in danger and not themselves. So like, also, as a person of color, like
Mhm.
I've had to. I don't think that they're misrepresented because we've seen it so much. You
Mhm.
know, like I literally growing up in the United States, you're forced to see how white people are represented, and in a lot of cases,
Right.
you know, they're getting the representation that they know because that's the stories that they're telling, the stories that they grew up in, and the stories that they're passing on.
To add to that, the thing that's like annoying about so the concept of reverse racism, first of all, doesn't exist because the what racism is the domination of one race over another through systematic
Right.
control.
Uh-huh.
And so, but the other thing is like when they bring up shit like that, it's like those are based on something that white people and like it's a class thing where higher class white people are
Mhm.
making fun of lower class white people, and then that's the image that we get in media. It's like
Mhm.
all rich old white guys.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think it's right either way. If it's like
Well, what I'm saying is like we aren't perpetuating that stereotype to begin with. They are.
Yeah.
True.
yeah, like seeing. I mean, just my voice alone. Like I speak normally in considering like American culture. I speak like an American as opposed to how I don't know. My grandma spoke Spanish. Or English. My grandpa spoke English.
Yeah.
But people, speaking to me as if they are Mexican, saying things in that fucking voice. You know what I mean? Like to like try to get closer to me. I don't know how to say it other than like or saying foo or some shit like that.
Right.
Yeah, like
Right.
they
Homes.
talk how they
Sub
think
homes.
you
Yeah.
talk.
Homes. Yeah. I've been there.
I don't know. I think it's all part of the culture, and it's incepted in film and like watching the ground level, like you said, like it would be cool opportunities for us to get those roles
sure.
and whatnot.
Yeah.
We're at the ground fucking level, and we see why there's nothing but white comedians on TV. We can understand
100%,
why those things happen because they are pushed more than we are. I'm pretty funny, I think, and I can't fucking book a show for the life of me, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because
Right.
your name is hard to pronounce.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm not out here stroking the white cack. You know what I mean? I mean, people. I don't play the game as like other people do.
And
But it's all like
but-
a boys club type mentality.
Right, but I mean that's why the avenues like this exist now to where you are carving out your
Yeah,
own
exactly.
path. You know what I mean? And it's like fuck that shit, bro.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't fucking matter. Like what the white comics that I see on TV, not funny.
Yeah.
The white comics that I see getting on all these shows, not funny. I don't like all the comics like the a lot of us kind of like look up to like the Bill Burrs on that shit, like or even like the Bo Burnhams. I haven't seen Bo Burnham's fucking special. That shit doesn't speak to me. I am fucking Latino. My favorite comedian is fucking some Mexican dude that's performing in TJ on October 23rd. Like I like a lot of I love Mexican comedians. Like when I hear them, I hear shit that speaks to me. Like the last favorite sitcom that I watched was fucking Club de Cuervos on Netflix, and that shit is produced in Mexico. Actors are Mexican or Central American, South American. They're not. It's not what Hollywood is.
Yeah.
But that's for me.
That was the thing. I remember like one of the last things you talked about, or there was something we were talking about last October when the special came out.
Yeah.
Was like he was saying shit that a bunch of other comedians were saying. But one thing that I feel like people don't understand about, and this isn't to give him special credit or anything, but when you pay attention to the entire beginning of his special, even he is saying like, I'm not the first person to say this. You're listening to me because I'm white. And I honestly, I'm not even doing this for that. I just don't want to lose my mind in this fucking bit. Like he's saying he's doing this for his own sanity.
Yeah.
Because, the year before, didn't you say he was like retired from comedy?
Who are we talking about?
Bo Burnham.
Oh, okay. I didn't say that.
No, he said that.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But yeah, that came out not in October last year.
No, that came out in the middle of the pandemic.
No, but we were talking about it at that time.
Were we?
Not in October.
I
no,
thought you were
I
talking
have
about
it
George
wrong.
Lopez.
It was like
first.
earlier.
Oh no!
I'm like, what the
We're gonna
fuck?
talk about. Am I gonna burn those
But
bridges? Man, fuck that
last
guy.
year we were talking about it, and I remember people saying that, and
I remember we were
equate
with
it
me,
October.
you, my girlfriend, and Dominic and Miguel.
Yeah.
And we sat down trying to watch Bo Burnham's
Oh,
isolation
you
special.
actually, I got
How'd you
you
guys
was in,
like
like,
it?
April.
How'd you guys like
Yeah,
it?
I
No.
fucking
I had
hated
it,
that
like,
shit, dude.
all over
I
the
hated
place.
it so much.
because it was just like
Every song made me more angry.
Oh, songs. Ugh.
that's Bo
dude.
Burnham. Have you not seen this?
I haven't seen
Fuck.
that. I'm out of touch with white people comedy. Fucking Jesus Christ, that chick on Netflix that we all sort of kind of know. We all sort of.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I was like, dude, I was watching that show. I was like, get this fucking inexperienced chick off TV. Get the fuck out.
They've been giving like a. I remember not last year, but like the year before, they were giving a ton of people specials.
Dude, hell yeah, they were.
Amazon gave like a ton of people specials.
Well, Amazon, I could put a special on Amazon.
Yeah.
Didn't Steve like air that show?
Real quick, dude. How do you feel about identifying it? Because you're reading the book, and I'm reading the one on my end. How do you feel about identifying as Chicano?
Bro, the forward in this book, the first thing that this book tackles is the identification of being Chicano.
Okay.
And it makes me feel like I am a Chicano. It's the mixture between American and Mexican culture, because you feel like an outsider, and outsiders can feel comfortable in calling themselves Chicanos.
Okay, but see, I feel like that's what I'm getting from my book that I'm reading, and that's like I've kind of reached the point with my identity where it's like, dude, whatever you want to identify as, just let's keep moving forward and fuck that shit, because I feel like whenever we struggle with our identity like that, like white people get like have more of an opportunity to oppress us, because we're struggling to find our identity as like descendants from Latinos and Mexicans but living here. The more confused we are, the more they take advantage of us through that. So it's just like fuck that. But see, now with Chicano, it's like I feel like Chicano is kind of like attached to a political like a movement, like an ideology. That's what Chicano is, because then if you go to like people in Texas who were born in the United States but are similar to us, they don't identify as Chicano. There's California, then are you a Tejano, are you like, it's just so
Mexica.
There's Mexica, whatever, like it's so, but you're comfortable with identifying as Chicano. Like
I said, reading the first forward, there's two forwards in this book. Come on, make it one. But anyway,
fast forward this shit.
Oh, sorry, nobody laughed. So, like reading the first forward of this book, that's the first thing it tackles is whether or not somebody feels comfortable calling themselves Chicano. And it's talking about a Salvadorian. I think it's Salvadoran, not Salvadorian.
Salvadoran.
A Salvadoran that is immersed in the culture that is in East Los Angeles here. But he considers himself a Chicano, and how people had issues with that. But still, he's considered an outsider. You don't look at him as an American. You don't look at him as a Mexican. He's not Mexican. He's Salvadoran American. Therefore, a Chicano, because he talks the same way that we do. I speak Spanglish. Feel like there's words in Spanish that I know that I don't know in English, vice versa. You know. And I identified with being a Chicano while reading the forward.
Because like when I was younger, I had cousins who would go to a lot of like concerts that were like part of that movement, part of the Chicano movement, when it was still like towards the end of the Chicano, way towards the end of the Chicano movement. But they would have like like hip hop shows that were all by Latinos and all that. I was a little kid and all that shit. And I remember I told my mom is from Zacatecas. She's born there, and I told her, I used to tell her, I'm not Mexican, I'm Chicano. And my mom told me, she's like, no, you're not. You're not. You are Mexican. So I've always I've always been kind of like, I know I'm not Mexican. I wasn't born in Mexico, but because my mommy said, like I feel Mexican. I feel Mexican, even though I wasn't born there.
I feel that, but also with the conversation of like second generation, third generation, fourth generation. I consider myself Chicano because my dad is from Mexico. He treats me a little bit better than his dad treated him in a Mexican sense, And then same with my mom is like first generation American. And I still have those same paths of culture from my mom's side of the family. Like the fucking chisme and all that shit that happens in Mexican families from a female perspective, at least. And so I find myself to be a Chicano because I'm in a way, I'm like, I guess, I don't know if decolonize is the right word, but like, trying to figure out a way to make my own path. I am officially an American. Like there is no members of my family in my generation that were born in Mexico. We're all Americans, as opposed to my mom and my dad. They were fucking in the middle of a big long move. My grandpa had his eyes set on America for a long time, and he abandoned his family to get here, and then brought my dad over. And I never had to go through that. My dad is a successful, wealthy man. He's an American. So I identify as Chicano because I still see both sides of my culture
like
on a daily basis.
which is why I want to get you guys this. I bought this during the last election when Trump was all, you know, make America great again, when right after he won. And like I believe in it as far as like fuck make America great again. Yeah, maybe it was a better time when, you know, it says make America Mexico again. But it's like, first of all, people can't take a joke.
Yeah.
Because fucking once right wing fucking redneck people see this shit and they're like, ah, fuck you, fucking blah blah blah, whatever. So, but see, like you said, at the end of the day, I don't know what it's like to live in Mexico. Yeah. So it's like, what am I asking for make America Mexico again? You know, like what are we asking for? Yeah. Like I don't feel like we're used to being American. Yeah. We're so pampered and we're so like, whether we had it good or we had it not as good as the rest, we have it fucking easy as far as like kids who are growing up in Mexico. So, you know, I feel like,
hell yeah, dude.
I agree with a lot of it, but I also respect the people that are actually there.
Like the literal connotation of making America Mexico again, which thank you, by the way.
Can you show the slogan? Because I'm pretty sure the audience just saw a MAGA hat and they're
sorry.
So the camera's right there.
Okay.
There you go, boom.
It'd be the funniest thing if it has like a picture of America just without Texas.
Yeah, make America Mexico again. So.
Yeah, I agree with I guess like the metaphorical implication, but literally making it Mexico again, that's a lot of hoops you got to jump through right there.
Bro, yeah,
you got to fight manifest destiny right there.
I had a cousin who.
Well, that's the whole thing about land back, dude. Like,
yeah,
that a lot of natives in the United States are pushing for. I mean, it's a real thing. You know, we're all brown. You know, so to me, it's like the whole thing about make America Mexico again and like reclaiming land and like all this stuff. It's about like European impositions,
right?
Like American impositions on our culture. So it's like it's the weird fucked up thing, and I think it's something that we haven't dealt with as a people yet. That's only starting to get dealt with, like people digging deeper than connecting to their Mexican culture, but getting into like reclaiming their indigenous heritage.
Dude, it's been according to the book that I barely scratched the surface on, it's been a thing since like the fucking Mexican American War and like when they took that land back, dude. It's like people have been struggling, like people have been trying to live on both sides. People have been trying to say that they're Californios, but some people in Texas don't identify as that. Some people say you know, the color of your skin determines on, you know, how attached you are to your roots, and you know whether the conservation of Spanish, like do you speak Spanish, and like why don't you speak Spanish, dude? And like in the beginning when they took California, they took Texas, like there wasn't that many like there were politicians who were trying to run like Latinos that were trying to run for the American government. Some of them would get through, some of them wouldn't. Laws were printed both in English and Spanish, and then they just stopped all of a sudden because they were like, what the fuck, man? If you print them in Spanish, then the fucking Mexicans are gonna fucking understand the laws. Stop printing them in fucking Spanish, all English. As more white people came, the more they tried to edge us out, and they're I feel like sometimes like they're still trying to erase whatever's left of that culture.
Yeah, it's a crazy thing. I feel like, you know, the indigenous peoples in the Americas are in North and South America. Like our story is very like parallel to like African American, Black American history.
Right.
But it's like, it's crazy that it's like suppressed to an extent that it pits us against each other in such a weird way.
Yeah. Even like Puerto Ricans and like Cuba. How do you guys relate to like Spanish Latinos versus Afro Latinos?
Well, I'm 66% Spanish. So, like, you know what I mean? I don't know. It's not, I'm not saying I'm happy I got colonized. Like,
right.
I think I was something else other than that before. I had 66% Spanish inside of me. You know, my bloodline or whatever. But I'm still interested in Spanish culture. I don't know anything about Spain, dude. Like, I know way more about Mexico than I know about Spain. Even though I'm 66%.
That was the thing someone brought up in my comments about, like, if you test your blood, you're more Spanish than you are indigenous. And I'm like, yeah, there's a reason for that.
Yeah, there's a reason for that.
A, there's a reason for that. B, that doesn't mean I'm not descended from indigenous people. Like, I still am. And the reason that one is more than the other is because one, kind of murdered the other.
Yeah, I used to say my great great grandpa colonized my great grandma's uterus.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't think my fucking great grandma came across on a boat food to get fucked by some indigenous guy. It's like, you know, the
They
female.
were here.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Well,
like,
I
fucked
mean,
them
I
up.
mean,
You know, I'm pretty sure like a woman in my bloodline that was indigenous was fucking raped by a Spaniard.
yeah, of course,
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
hell yeah.
And that alone, in my opinion, makes me more indigenous than anything.
It's like
I don't know if that makes sense.
I know, I hear what you're saying
Yeah.
because it's not it doesn't matter the percentage because
Yeah.
the fact is that this is where your bloodline is and that's
the
how it
blood's
was made.
still
Yeah,
there.
Yeah.
That's why I personally never have gotten the 23andMe because like I don't need to know like what fucking fruit is.
Well, given the amount of hair you have, Fu, you're probably more indigenous than
I don't know how to take that. I really don't.
Dude, that shit was so funny. That clip of fucking what's his name?
Frank Castillo?
Frank Castillo and the digits.
Yes.
That
Oh,
shit
yeah,
was
but
so
the beard.
funny because
Oh.
he's talking about he doesn't have facial hair and he's like, that's how I know I'm a real Mexican fool. He's like, I don't know about that shit you got.
That
Frank has a
Cortez.
Frank has a full fucking beard.
Did you say that about Frank?
He's like, that's that Hernan Cortez right there.
That's a Hernan Cortez shit.
Man, dude.
Is so
Yeah.
funny and it pissed off a lot of Mexicans.
Yeah. But yeah, so I mean, I got it done because I was very curious.
Right.
Keep in mind, dude, I had 0% knowledge about
Uh-huh.
anything about Spanish Inquisition, anything like that, dude. I've learned all that through this podcast.
Oh, wow.
Literally,
Nice.
in the month of
Mhm.
September. Like,
Nice.
I learned a lot about that stuff, and that's what really made me crack the book as far as Chicano goes, because
Uh-huh.
I've had that book for a month now.
Yeah, me too.
Part of my big ass library to your left, right there.
Your 26 books.
Yeah, but 23 me right there for this book.
Just 23 books and me in this apartment.
My brother got one. I can't
What
remember
is Chad saying?
Oh, chat, nothing. They're not saying anything right now.
Okay.
Yeah, but no, I think it's an interesting conversation to begin with.
Yeah, that's why I want to do the Somos Ancestros one because it is more geared towards figuring out like your native because none of the other DNA tests like no they just put X% native and then that's it and it's like well what the fuck there's so many people that make up this that make up this land.
The simple fact that they don't consider Latino people Native American is crazy, bro.
Yeah.
That's fucking
It's
wild.
I mean the learning about the Mexican history really put everything into perspective for me about like why that is and why like it feels weird calling myself an indigenous person but that's the reality of it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's the way that we've all been compartmentalized. The whole mestizo movement was fucking bonkers, dude.
Mhm.
Yeah, Mystique, yeah, all that
Yeah.
shit.
I mean, I would love to think that everything was, gravy and potatoes, dog. Like with the bloodline that I have, like criollos fell in love with the native or something, and like they fucking made love. You know what I mean?
Supposedly there was this thing where I don't know how accurate it is in the book that I'm reading. It says that when some of the conquistadors would come into these villages, like the chicks would kind of swoon because it'd be like these European dudes, and they would like they would look over at their fucking native ass all frumpy dude.
There's these native guys with big ass rings, like
This ain't doing it for you no more, huh?
oh, he has a sword, and you fucking all of a sudden, huh?
Yeah, so supposedly that was the thing, and then like
I don't think that.
they would like
For the most part, historically, I'm sure that it was more,
right,
There was
yeah,
so many
probably
other
forced them,
sad
probably
reasons,
forced their
That is
love.
funny.
Well, that was like a part of something we mentioned before of like part of they would have like Spanish families integrate like marry native people to kind of
mix up.
like mix the bloodline to incorporate them, like absorb them and so that their culture, or it was like burning their history and their knowledge in order to like fixate them on like the Catholic Church's knowledge.
Yeah.
Even like Columbus was known to like as a way of controlling adults would sell their children into slavery.
Well, supposedly like when the Spanish would come here, like the fucking dudes would just like leave the priest in charge, and the priest would just be like, "Fuck it, I'm king. Fucking everybody service me."
Oh my god.
I mean, most of the people that traveled from Europe, like 99% of them are men. So it's like
Yeah.
There's like one brief sliver that is implied, and I think in some cases verified, but it's not 100%, where supposedly Vikings showed up earlier and everything was fine. But it's because they don't have that same form of hierarchy.
Right.
They themselves are nomads and were the indigenous people of their land.
Yeah.
So it was like they were just kind of getting along based on how similar they were. And it was fine.
Don't mind us, just passing by.
But if you like use that as an excuse and say, well, my parent, you know, if you're the kind of guy that will respond to a comment about what happened and what 100% factually happened in history with, well, not all white people were descended from those people. Some of them were from the Vikings. Yeah, but are you? Fool?
Exactly.
And which ones developed the system we live in now? Was it the Vikings or the fucking colonizers?
So Kareem, another Jarito of ours,
what's happening?
He made a comment earlier, but we kind of moved on from it, so I kind of like looked over it.
Uh-huh.
But his comment earlier was, I think there are enough Latinos where you could survive in the niche. Que no, Food's Gone Wild, I feel like is doing that. And Chicano rap he brought up, which we were talking about the other day. That Chicano rap. There's like this big artist, I fucking forgot his name, but he's looking to sign like 10 Mexican only artists.
Oh yeah, Jay Cruz posted about it.
Yeah, Jay Cruz, the Jay Cruz show follows us.
Nice.
That's like we made it. We're all excited about
I
it.
bet you we could team up with them to do a show.
Somewhere down the line.
Yeah.
Nice.
Hint, Cinco de Mayo. No, this was gonna get Diego Luna and shit. No, what's it called? But that guy's signing 5 to 10 major artists to become major staples of I don't know, LA music on the radio and whatnot. And whatnot. Anyways, but the other comment that he just put was I was thinking, and this is I was saying it because I wanted to tell it to Ryan. I was thinking Mexican superhero Zorro. It was loosely based on the story of Joaquin Murrieta.
Who's that?
Zorro?
Yeah. Right?
Joaquin? Oh, fuck. That was weird.
What the fuck?
I got a tick.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Zorro is loosely based on a real person.
Oh.
Damn, fool, we're not even superheroes. Now we're real, homie.
Yeah.
You know
Dude, but we have like characters we created. I always bring him up because my dad mentioned him to me, but there was an old comic book character that was essentially like, when you describe his powers, it's similar to like what's known as Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
But his name was like El Magnifico or something. And he was from Mexico.
Dude, I want them to remake like La Máscara Sagrada, like all those movies with the old black and white movies where they're luchadors, and he's a luchador, and he wears his luchador mask, never takes it off, like, but he wears like a tuxedo, like he's like 007, but a luchador.
Dope.
That should be
That's
so
what
dope. That's what
really
they need to bring back.
Or like there's a character named Vibes that is Latino. I think he's like Puerto Rican or something.
Dude.
Yasmina again said she didn't know about the term Chicano until coming to the US.
Yeah.
So she's from Mexico.
Oh wow.
Well, I think Chicano is a Mexican American thing, like
Chicano's a thing.
It is from my definition is it's a kind of like an ideology.
Yeah, but it was like a concept that was created here, right?
Yeah, for Cesar Chavez and all that stuff.
Brown berets. Also, fuck Cesar Chavez.
Oh man,
Ramon's like, I gotta go.
I mean, he's
he was the hero that we were sold. You know,
yeah, he hasn't aged well. Yeah.
I looked up to Che Guevara so much when I was a kid. I read the fucking Guerrilla Warfare, his book, and I was like, "This is why wasn't he the president? What the fuck?" Like, not knowing any better. But Pancho Villa, Emiliano Zapata, those are people that I look up to. Cesar Chavez, I want to read into him or look into him more.
Well, see, Pancho Villa is also kind of problematic,
but when we read up on him, I don't find him to be problematic.
He killed a lot.
There was stuff at the end.
Yeah, true.
That was the part we kind of mentioned in the episode, where it's like there's a lot of history at the end of his life.
Yeah.
That we didn't get to.
Yeah.
That is what people are referring to.
But what they didn't have back then was mental health. All right, so was dealing with a lot of mental health issues.
There's some comedian lady. Her name is the Burrito Lady. You remember her? Nobody remembers the Burrito Lady.
I've never.
She was like in her 50s or 60s, like, you know, she was older. She says her family remembers, like, is old enough to remember, like, when, you know, they hate Pancho Villa because they were like a lot of her family was killed by him. So it's
Yeah.
like, you know.
Yeah.
So they're good revolutionary figures.
I
if
think
you
it was
believe in
like
them, but
during the revolutionary times,
Yeah.
he wasn't that person, and then like once he got to a position,
well, as
of,
he
like,
got older and like just kind of like because he was promised a lot of shit that was just never given to him. And then he was kind of like hunted down, and then like he sort of like took a lot of that shit. But then
he like became a villain.
Emiliano Zapata is dope. That's
Yes.
the guy. He was
Dark
more.
Knight
He was more like.
he was more Gandhi like.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah. I mean,
Gandhi has some stuff.
It's a problematic.
But I mean, I guess at this point, is it everybody is.
If you dig deep enough
Yeah.
into anybody's
Yeah.
history, you're gonna find something that you don't like.
I stole something when I was 5 years old.
Ooh,
That was
same,
really funny. It's a really funny
same.
story. I was just too small that nobody noticed that I had it in my hand when I walked out with the
nice.
Digimon coloring book.
This fool walked out of Knott's Berry Farm with one of those big ass swirly lollipops. They were like, this
It was a thing as a kid. Like I would just like things and grab them,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
and it was just I didn't know. I'm like 5 or 6. I don't understand the concept of money. I
Yeah.
just grabbed things I liked and just would walk away. And if someone didn't
imagine-
notice, I would never know I didn't pay for it.
Imagine being poor and this fucking your little ass son walks
Like
out,
this
steals some
big.
shit from the store. Do you imagine the stress that must have caused?
Dude.
Yo, I remember I went to GNC with my tia Nena, and I had a pen in my hands, and I was just like, she was looking at a bunch of different diet pills or whatever, and I had the pen, and I was looking at it, and I was like, damn, this is nice as fuck. You know what I mean? I was really young. It was one of those gel pens. And
That's what started.
yeah, that's what started it. And I am a huge gel pen fan. Anyways, that's aside from the point. But I don't remember anything that happened after that. I just remember she like hurried me out or whatever. She finished the purchase, and then when I got out and I had got in her car, I felt that the pen was in my pocket, and I felt like in immense shame, dude. I was like so upset with myself that I stole a pen.
I should have figured that you wouldn't steal any protein powder from GNC.
What the fuck? That was a call for.
Protein powder will only make you fat if you misuse it.
You did say there was gravy and potatoes in your blood.
Yo, so we're rounding up the end here. Anna Babe 2314 said, "Congrats on the 4K." If you guys didn't know, we have 4,000 subscribers now. That's fucking
And
Thank you so
a
much.
challenge.
Oh yeah, if you want to talk about you and Dominic split it up here.
So we just hit 4,000 followers on YouTube, and we have a challenge.
It's called
where
subscribers, but yeah.
subscribers.
It's-
Where if we hit 5,000 by November, we are going to dye our hair different colors of the flag.
so Ryan's gonna be red, Dominic's gonna be green, and I'll be white.
I could be white.
We already decided.
We already agreed upon this, but we have to hit 5,000 by
November 1st.
November 1st. So tell your friends.
4,000.
Tell
You
your
guys got
friends.
jarritos?
No, Jarritos are our Patreon.
Oh, dude, nice.
And
Crazy.
Where does the name Jarrito come from?
I don't know if you've met Jarrito. Have you met Jarrito? He's right here.
Hello.
He's always spread eagle now, dog.
Yeah, I thought you guys were
Dude,
talking about the
sometimes-
soft drink.
Because he moves around like when you move the door. So
Uh-huh.
sometimes he'll be behind the flag with his gun, like
He's like,
I
Don't
had one of those
fly.
when I was a little kid. I used to, I made
The
my parents buy me
marionette
one. Yeah, buy me a marionette.
yeah, dude, those things are dope.
I love it.
No, but we went to Alvera Street back in July, and we bought Jarrito to put them up as decorations, like these chilies and the flag and the
Right.
hats and whatnot. And I told what's his name, Dominic or Ryan?
Ryan.
I'm right.
I'm an old man. That's what I am. I told Ryan, I was like, pull out a card from the Loteria deck, and we'll name Jarrito after the card. And then you pulled out Jarras. You didn't pull it out, but you pulled it out of your head.
And I said it.
He's Jarras, and so we were thinking Jarrito, and that's how we named him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Adorable. He's
Yeah.
His name is
he's
amazing.
adorable.
He's
And
our
you too
bodyguard.
can become a Jarrito by subscribing to our
You
Patreon.
too can be adorable for $20.
Are you dyeing your beard too? Yo, I'm not gonna.
Full. If we get, if we hit the, if
5,000?
5,000.
10,000 by November, and he'll dye his beard.
No,
that's
no.
the-
Well, what does a fucking black beard with white hair look like? That doesn't look good, right?
You look like Cisco.
Oh shit, Cisco.
Thong song.
Bang,
Thong
bang,
song.
bang.
We'll have more information throughout the month of October if I'll dye my beard or not. We'll
Full.
figure it out.
Maybe I should
If
shave it.
I will not, I won't shave. And even though my beard is not as lush as
I shave
these guys are when they grow it out,
I just shaved.
If we hit 5,000, then I'll dye. I'll dye my eyebrows.
I don't know, dye my eyebrows, homie. That's crazy.
The funny thing is, with your hair, you'll look like Joaquin Phoenix's Joker.
Oh
I'll dye my
man.
beard. I'll dye my mustache.
Brown Joker.
Everyone's gonna call you the Joker.
Joker.
Joker. But thank you so much, Ramon, for coming through. How did
Of
we do?
course. Yeah, this is fantastico. Bien hecho, camaradas.
Oh. Tight. Well, yeah. Do you guys have anything else to say?
A lot of people haven't noticed that my voice goes higher when I do Don't Fly.
Bro, I was laughing so fucking hard on the last episode when I was editing it. This fool at the very end, we were saying "Don't fly," and this fool was like this. Because you're like that. That's his face. He does. When he was about to say Isimo podcast. It was so funny, dude. Sorry, I thought that was worth it. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for tuning in.
We're not gonna be live
yeah.
next Tuesday, but we will be doing a live this coming Thursday.
Also, somebody said play a voicemail. We're not going to be able to play a voicemail today, only because we don't have the headphones.
Yeah, we're missing some.
So I'm
Yeah.
going to be buying headphones this coming week, and also other extracurricular stuff.
Yeah.
It'll be more like our last couple lives, but no voicemail today. We do a voicemail on the episode that we just recorded today for tomorrow. So check that out. And yeah, thank you, Ramon.
Oh, thank you
for
guys.
the hat,
Yeah.
dude.
Hell yeah, of course, guys.
And I'm sure we'll be back. Oh, in November we'll go through to your pad, dude, and we'll do some fucking
Yeah,
That'll be
you
tight.
guys are invited.
We'll do Elsinore Isimo, dog.
Down.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah. Well, thank you so much for watching, guys. You guys are awesome, and help us get to 5,000 and we'll dye our hair.
And as always,
Don't
fly.
Fly.
Ease my live stream.
That's fun.
Hell yeah, dude.
Hell yeah, dude.
Does anyone